3, 2, 1.
We're back with Team Red. I know I'm stupid. What do I do? Why do I do this? Why you do this? So we're back with Team Red. What episode is this, by the way?
72.
72?
Yeah.
Oh,
C. I
What?
just said it. C.
Okay,
72.
72. All right. Interesting. That is awesome. I missed 69. It was the best episode. But so we're live. We're good to go. Episode 72, you guys. That is freaking awesome. Today we're gonna kind of do a speculation on E3 type of deal as our main topic. Kind of just do a round table of what we want to see, what we expect to see, all that good stuff. But before we get started, I'm going to do round table, introduce our panelists, and tell us what you've been playing on, how you feeling, all that good stuff, and kind of shout yourselves out. But we have a guest today, so you start first. Introduce yourself.
Thrown right into the fire. Yeah, so you can call me Wizrad. I have a YouTube channel called No Filter, a Nintendo podcast. I do a somewhat consistent podcast with just random videos of me talking about Nintendo and just video games in general. And yeah, no filter, because I usually just say a lot of shit, and especially on Twitter, I just like to go off on people sometimes. Yeah, that's just kind of how I am. So yeah, so No Filter Nintendo podcast and Wizrad on Twitter. So yeah, if you want to see someone just kind of be pretty ignorant about stuff, then follow me there. Yeah.
All right, that's what's up. So we also have another special guest, that is Baby Struggles. You might hear her chirping in the background. Don't mind, she's a little under the weather, but I'm going to be kind of in and out, so be mindful of that. But on to our next panelist, which is Alex. Go ahead, introduce yourself. What you been playing on? What you doing? How you living?
What's going on, everyone? Activesin here. We're back for some more Team Red talks Nintendo, and there's an echo going on. And basically, I've been playing Shaq Fu. It's the greatest game I've ever played in my life.
Oh my god.
I got it for free because I had to suffer through the NBA Playgrounds fiasco, and it's amazing, and I love it. So, what else have I been playing? I played the Mario Tennis Aces demo over the weekend. I definitely did not get nearly as much time as I had wanted. A bunch of wedding stuff I had to do over the weekend, so I only got to play for like 2 hours. But the game is fire, and it's definitely a day one.
Absolutely.
Absolute fire. I did not get to play as Chain Chomp. He was the only character I could not unlock because I didn't have enough time. But Waluigi is the GOAT. He is the best finisher of all time in any video game in the history of the world. And I'm very excited to play that game again. I just hope they fix those horrendous lag issues.
Yes. I heard about that.
Yeah, I heard about it too.
All right, go ahead, Nia.
What's good, everybody? It's your girl, Nia, the video gamer. You guys already know who it is. So as far as what I've been gaming on, like me and Daniel were away. We went to South Carolina to see his family. So we didn't really get to play a whole lot of games, but we tried to play a little bit of Mario Tennis. What was it? Saturday. We didn't get to play as much of it because, we were, visiting. So we didn't really get to play a whole lot. But, man, from what I played, oh, my God. It definitely has a learning curve, guys. So if this is something that you want to get into and you haven't played it already for the demo, you guys are definitely in for a treat. I got bodied a couple times.
Getting your asses whooped. Yeah.
Against the computer at
really?
that. Like
Okay.
it was,
the computer.
That's just sad.
I saw a lot of people. I've seen a lot of
getting-
people get their butts.
No,
I've seen a lot of people
I
getting
didn't
beaten
I
by
didn't
the
get
computer.
I didn't get to play the tournament.
Oh, wow, then you would have
But-
really got bodied.
Like just jumping in, like playing for a little bit. Like I was getting bodied. We didn't get to play a whole lot, but just for the little bit I played, it's actually like a pretty difficult learning curve. What else did I play?
That up to you losing because you couldn't use your precious motion controls. How about that?
Whatever, dude. Like I said, I was away. I didn't really get to play a lot. I'm one of those kind of people, like, I have to play a lot to get good at a game. What else did I get a chance to play while I was away? Because I did take the Switch with me. I finished the Fall Part 2 Unbound. It is great. You guys should definitely check it out.
Oh, you did get that. Oh,
yes.
awesome.
I got it like around the time it came out. Because I played the first one and absolutely... Yes, I played the first one on the Wii U and absolutely loved it. So I had to pick up the second one, and I enjoyed that one as well. I just finished that actually yesterday. What else have I played? Played a little bit of Earthlock on the Nintendo Switch as well. And me and Daniel and his brother-in-law and sister played Overcooked on the Switch, and it was amazing. I love that game. It's a great party game to play with people. And of course, since we were, with family and stuff, we played like the Jackbox party stuff. So that's pretty much the gist of what I've been playing. A lot of party stuff.
So, are you able to play that game with 4 players, or is it 2 players only?
Overcooked is, yes, you can play it with 4 people. That's the maximum. Yeah. And we all, you could play with the Joy-Cons. If you have 2 sets of Joy-Cons, you could play with 4 people, and it's a great time. So I highly recommend Overcooked. Highly recommend.
Yeah, boy. Well, me personally, I've been catching up on my backlog. I just recently finished Uncharted Lost Legacy. That was fun. Lots of fun. I rage quit my stream yesterday with Shadow of the Colossus because of the stupid snake. He pissed me off. I'll probably get back onto that soon. Obviously, I finished the Detroit Become Human. And
amazing game.
Great game. Still unlocking shit. Still finding awesome different endings and stuff. And apparently, you can kill everyone off, and there's a different ending that's totally different. I might stream that one because I haven't unlocked it yet, but I heard about it. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm catching up on mostly my backlog, so I might get around to finishing up some Nier Automata. I think I gotta do. I don't think I finished Ratchet and Clank. I know I played it, I just never finished it, and then I deleted all my files. So I'll probably get to doing that in some other games later. But anyway, let's get on with it and get to these topics, which are.
Before we get to the topics, I have to ask Alex a question real quick. Are you really enjoying Shaq Fu? Like, for real? Like, really?
Shaq Fu was life.
Are you serious? Like, don't troll me. Like, are you serious right now?
It sounds like he's joking. I can't.
Let me put it to you this way.
No.
It's at least 10 times better than Streets of Rage. At least.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, wow.
Now he's just stretching things. But that's cool. That just shows his delusion. Anyway, topics.
Oh my gosh!
Shoot, put an F in chat for delusion.
How dare you disrespect Shaq?
I like Shaq too, but damn, I don't need you to be delusional like that. But new officially licensed GameCube controllers for Switch in the pipelines. Don't know why this is a thing, but okay. Power A is creating some new GameCube-style controllers for Switch. Over on Reddit, user Mew the Creator says that he's seen some new designs that have been delivered to the facility to the facility where he works. He adds that Nintendo sent them to our facility to produce a product layout for a store, so the actual controllers aren't in there, but the product is confirmed. Power A is also producing some new controllers with Mario designs, so you can see those below. Let me go grab this baby and I'll be right back. But yeah, that's that. So y'all really like those?
Man, y'all already know how I feel about the GameCube controller. It's like only a good controller for certain kinds of games. I don't care what nobody says. It's the most overrated controller ever for Nintendo. I don't care what anybody says. I'm standing on that opinion. The GameCube controller is the most overrated controller in video game history.
But
sorry.
Mia, aren't you happy with the one analog stick and the horrible D-pad? Don't you want that for games?
I feel like Nintendo has evolved controllers since the GameCube, but people just need to get over it. The only thing that is good, and I'll give credit to this, to the controller, the only thing that is good, like undeniably good about the GameCube controller is the triggers, and that is it. Everything else is debatable. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it is a cool thing to have if you like to collect controllers and things like that. One thing that I would say that I feel like is a missed opportunity in relation to these controllers is if I can't talk. The only thing that is a missed opportunity with this controller is the C nub. I wish they would have actually put an actual.
Why wouldn't they update that to a new analog stick?
I think they wanted to keep it like
authentic.
Authentic. Yeah, they wanted to keep it authentic, so they add the C nub instead of a second joystick.
There'd be an uproar if they didn't just keep it how it was.
Yeah,
imagine all the Melee players; they'd probably be freaking out. Even though I don't even think you have to use that in Super Smash Bros.
But like this isn't even made by Nintendo, so like
it's Power A, so I don't trust it from jump.
Why are we even catering to these guys?
But like, I've never used a Power A controller. Have you guys?
I used a Power A controller, like an Xbox 360 version. It's like a smaller one because I have little hands, and I gotta be honest, it wasn't a very, very nicely quality built controller. I gotta be real, but I don't know if it's because it was specifically catered to children, so they don't put as much effort into making it a yeah.
Like,
so
I got this PDP controller. It's my secondary controller. It's not bad. It was only like $25. I know Nick bought one of these Power A controllers. I think he got that Bowser one.
Yeah.
He said it feels good, like the buttons work and whatever, but I don't know. Like I definitely feel the difference between my PDP one and the standard Pro controller.
Well, obviously,
like, it's a world's difference. But like you're losing a lot because you're saving a lot of money. You don't have the NFC. You don't have the HD.
Right.
HD.
See, now I've heard a lot more as far as third-party controllers. I've heard a lot more positive things about the PDP controllers.
Yeah, PDP
I'm just speaking on my experience with the one Power A controller that I have. Like I said, it's probably attributed to the fact that it was a child's controller. So maybe that's not the best example, but I don't know. Like it's kind of like those like first impressions, lasting impressions,
like
type of deals. Yeah. So I wouldn't see myself getting this anyways, regardless.
I can't believe the Boomerang got its own controller. Like if you scroll down, they show 6 new controllers coming out. The Boomerang from Mario Kart 8 got its own controller.
The Boomerang?
What?
There's a Goomba one, there's an 8-bit Mario, there's a mushroom.
I see it.
There's the Boomerang, and then there's 2 ugly camouflage ones.
I don't trust Power A, that's all.
They're pumping out a lot of controllers. That one that Nick got, that Bowser one, that shit was amazing. That looks so cool.
I mean, it's possible that they increased their quality since I got the 360 controller. Like, I mean, that was like last generation, but I can't rock with it, man. It's gotta be a Nintendo controller.
I just avoid all third-party controllers. I never want to, purchase third-party controllers. Although I do have an Afterglow Xbox 360 controller for Steam, which is like, it's perfect. Like, that's the only one I've ever bought, and I probably don't want to buy any other ones with all the horror stories I hear about. But
if I were to take a chance, it'd probably be PDP.
Yeah.
Or Hori. Hori makes really good products too. Hori or PDP.
Controllers for Switch yet?
Not to my recollection.
Did they do that one wired one or no? Was that someone else maybe?
Hori
controllers. PDP has made wired ones. Power A's made wired ones. I don't know about Hori yet.
I think there is actually a Hori version
I know
of
they're making a
Nintendo Switch's controller
that has to be slotted on.
Yeah. I think there is a wired version of
there is. There's one here.
Yeah.
Let me take a look at this picture. It's kind of ugly.
I think there is a Hori version.
Yeah, they do have one. It's officially licensed by Nintendo. Same thing, wired controller. Very plain looking.
Sorry about that, I'm back.
Looks alright. So at least there's some options.
Yeah. If I had to, if I was in need of a controller immediately for cheap, I'd probably go Hori or PDP. Power A, I don't know, man.
Well, let's be real. If you're buying a secondary controller, you don't want to spend $90 on somebody else.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
But it's still better than buying one of these goddamn fucking GameCube controllers.
I guess baby struggles.
Yeah, I'm back. I had to go throw dirty diapers away. Ew!
You shouldn't talk about Xbox like that, okay?
So now you hate to Activesin Gaming. So we're moving right along. Team Sonic Racing details.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Sonic?
That's a
Sonic.
GamesBeat published a new report from a hands-on session with Team Sonic Racing. We've rounded up the details from the article below. So these are the features that they have. So you have 12-player races, both online and offline, 4-player split screenplay. In some of the modes, you can team up with 2 other friends and functions as a team. Unique vehicle customization options, alter the appearance and handling of your vehicle, play solo, team up with friends, or face off against each other. If you accumulate enough points on your meter, you can unleash your team ultimate power. This boosts other members of your team. The idea is that you'll play as a team and win as a team. The team with the highest score wins, obviously. Wide variety of circuits from the Sonic universe. You can play as Sonic, Shadow, Tails, and more. The multiplayer modes include Grand Prix, Exhibition, Time Travel, or Time Trial, Team Adventure, and more. The Team Adventure mode is aimed at newer players who don't know all of the characters. The Wisps are 14 offensive and defensive items to help overcome rival teams and get ahead. 15 playable characters. 3 distinct character types include speed, technique, and power. You can use boost items to benefit other players on your team. You can request a Wisp from your teammates, and that helps someone who is in the back of the pack to move forward. Shadow is the speed class. Planet Wisp is a confirmed track, and game will teach you about skin boost, slingshot, and item transfer. Are we excited?
No.
So does it have blue shells?
No. Are we excited? Anybody excited? Or should we just keep on?
I just thought
it sounds pretty good.
Sounds interesting to me.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it's not gonna be a good game. I just don't care about Sonic Racing. I'm sure it's gonna be fun for those of you guys out there who like it. I just have no
Sonic
interest.
gets now. Why are you hating on Sonic?
Maybe one day I'll buckle down and get it if it's like on a sale or something.
Oh, y'all are wild.
Yeah, I'm probably same with you there. Yeah, like I never played the first one. I did play a demo on, I don't know if it was like 3DS or Wii U, but I thought it was good. But just Sonic in general, I feel like those games just deserve to be on sale like all the time. So I'll be waiting for one of those anyway.
Sonic's not really a full price franchise anymore.
Look at us sounding like a bunch
even if these are the best Sonic games out
boys and girls. Oh my God, we're hating on Sonic and Sega.
Do you fly in this one, like, or is it all just racing? Is it like Diddy Kong? I don't remember much from Sonic.
It just seems like it's just racing to me. I don't know. I think there's probably some aspects of like hovering or.
Wisps are 14 offensive and defensive items. At least you have a lot of items. 14 items is pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like they put something into it, I guess. We'll just have to see.
I just gotta be honest with myself. I no longer have nostalgic feelings about Sonic. I have to be honest. I have to be honest. Like,
look at Nia hating. She's talking about us hating, and look at her.
But here's the thing: when I was growing up, I was a Nintendo and Sega girl. Like, I was like, I loved both 50-50. But like as time progressed, Nintendo kept me and Sega lost me. So I no longer have those feelings of like, even if
but like, what about Sonic kissing a human? Like, it's obviously the best thing ever.
No.
Everyone loved that. Sonic had feelings for that princess.
No.
Oh my God.
No.
Sonic hurt the furries. You gotta respect
I'm sorry, but like Mia says, I'm kind of like, it's love or hate. It's a love or hate relationship. Like, I would love for Sonic to have the same kind of mainstay as it used to, but it's just not ever going to be there because it's.
You name me one character in Nintendo's universe more edgy than Shadow. I'll wait.
I mean, Shadow's edgy than Shadow. He had a gun.
Waluigi wins all the time. He's edgy.
I thought.
Wait, who did you say was edgier, Wizrat? Who's edgy?
Waluigi, man. He's the edgiest character ever made.
Waluigi is not edgy. He's suave.
He's suave.
Suave. Okay.
You will.
All right, whatever.
Out of here. He's suave.
I just don't.
You want edgy? Here's edgy. Luigi's death stare is about as edgy as it gets.
Yeah, that's pretty much as edgy as it gets on the Nintendo.
That's as edgy as Tails.
That's about as edgy as you get. Is Luigi's death stare.
Wait, why?
Haven't you seen him in Mario Tennis movie? Yeah. He's got the nice hair now.
He got the suave hair. He came in to debunk the suaveness of Waluigi.
Yeah.
No,
my boyfriend says I have a weird idea of suave.
From
I
that
said
picture, none of these characters look as suave as Waluigi. That is clear.
Thank you.
But,
At least people in the Team Red understand what suave is. Y'all don't even know. Get out. Anyway, let's move on. This is a rumor. Before we get into this, rumor alert.
Rumors.
It's a rumor. So apparently, some leaked E3 documents suggest Fortnite, Dragon Ball, Fighter Z, and more are Switch bound. This is also coming from 4chan. So
it looks like something from Easter, like an Easter
this looks
skin
like some
or something.
Overwatch dumb shit.
So anyway, let me read this shit. So while Wednesday was the day for seemingly every official game announced on the planet, including a ton of new Pokemon games, Thursday followed suit with a megaton of leaks and swiftly unveiled secret games. While the next Assassin's Creed was revealed by a key ring, a document has surfaced that suggests some heavily rumored and completely unexpected titles as due for an official unveil at E3 this month. The document in question states Nintendo will be getting a popular anime brawler, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, or Fighters, whatever, Overcooked 2, and mysterious new title called Killer Queen Black. That sounds interesting. The document, which first surfaced on 4chan, take all this with a grain of salt, you know. Also lists Paladins alongside the previously announced FIFA 19, Starlink Battle for Atlas, Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, and Mario Tennis Aces. So, and a little thing called Fortnite as well.
What's that?
So how we feel about these so-called leaks? This little document looks so fake right here.
It definitely looks fake.
It looks fake, but whatever.
It looks fake, but I would bet my bottom dollar all these games are actually coming.
I mean, I believe they're coming.
Well, I'll say this. I definitely know Overcooked 2 is coming because Overcooked is doing the best it's ever done on any platform on the Switch. Like, it's in the top 15, like, week in and week out. It's killing it on the Switch. So I highly believe Overcooked 2 is coming.
I heard a rumor that Mario Tennis Aces is confirmed as well.
Inside information. Let's see. I also do think that Paladins is coming because there's been many, like, what do you call
there's
those?
There's a lot of talk about
like a lot of people
right now.
What do you call those people who like go through like the game information? Like, it's not hacking.
The data miners.
Data hackers.
The data miners have been saying that Paladins has had some Switch code on it, so I highly believe that game is coming. And now that Paladins is out of open beta, it's out of open beta now, so it's allowed to be on the eShop now because
Nintendo doesn't allow these beta games on.
Exactly. I highly believe Fortnite's coming. There's no way that they're gonna miss out on extra money because they're killing it. Yeah, they're killing it on all platforms, so of course they're gonna bring it to something else. We already know that Starlink.
It's already on cell phones. It should already be on the Switch.
Right.
We already know that Starlink game is coming. That was announced a long time ago.
We know
FIFA 19. And EA just announced FIFA 19 was coming.
Whoa! That's got to be fake news. There's no way EA is ever supporting Switch after one game they release on.
Well,
they can't support a Nintendo platform. They cannot do two sport games on one Nintendo platform. No chance.
That's how they are. They usually only support 1 or 2 games, and then they're out of there. Ship sail.
They're just gonna give us FIFA. That's it for the rest of the.
I think that's all we're getting is FIFA.
Man, bring us Madden though. Man.
No, fuck that.
They're not bringing anything but FIFA.
Nothing. FIFA and maybe another NBA, but that or whatever.
I would love to.
Oh no, NBA is what's the name.
I don't understand why they won't bring NBA Live. Nobody's rocking with that game. Might as well bring it to Nintendo where like nobody's playing. But we do have 2K. We do have 2K. I forgot about that. I mean, but they could still capitalize on that.
Like, I would like Nintendo to partner with them and make more Mario sports titles and let EA handle it.
Oh, and they could do.
Can we get Mario Strikers again?
Yeah, we can
what's
get
that
Strikers,
freaking?
We can get that 3-on-3 hoops game they used to have.
There you go. I was gonna say that too. They can do that.
We'll have strikers with loot boxes in it.
Yo, Alex, that requires effort though, man. I don't know if EA has the stones to do that.
They'll
put effort into their games. I don't think so.
Think about it. They'll FIFA strikers.
But if
Mario packs and shit.
If Nintendo could strike some kind of deal with EA, it could happen. Like, it's possible. And that would be pretty dope. Because remember, NBA Playgrounds was supposed to deliver that type of experience, and that kind of
sucks is like I want Nintendo to collaborate with EA and all these other guys at the same time when I don't want them to just like bow down and be like, yeah, you can start putting all these microtransactions.
I don't think Nintendo would let them do that.
I don't think they would either, but at the same time, they would have to make some compromises somewhere. So
I think they would allow for DLC, but it wouldn't be like the random stuff like loot box stuff.
Like,
it'd be like skins and stuff.
And I mean, Nintendo already said that they're trying to.
But it's not like loot boxy RNG stuff though.
Yeah, but Nintendo said they're trying to get into live services too. So.
But that doesn't mean that it necessarily has to be loot boxes. Like they like Nintendo provides DLC, but it's not like, oh, buy this thing, but you don't know what it is. Like, you at least know what it is.
They always
you know?
At the same time, I can't rule out that Nintendo wouldn't go shady.
Oh, no, I highly believe. I highly believe Nintendo would go down that route if they saw that it was profitable. But I think that
I believe that.
No, even that.
Like, what you're getting.
Yeah,
even that though, I don't see it. Not with like all these, all the gambling stuff going on with other people. Nintendo, like their brand, they do not want to be associated with that whatsoever. So I feel like they're going to be very careful.
Yeah, I think that's a good point.
C. Reed says that NBA 2K is super loot box heavy. He said there's nothing but buy virtual currency and my team packs.
And that's there.
Yep.
So who knows? But I think that if Nintendo's name is attached to it, I think they would still have some.
I think they would be. I think they would be more cautious about how they would implement certain things if they decided to go loot box wise.
At the same time, if it was an exclusive game like that, Nintendo would be fronting.
I don't think Nintendo.
Yeah. So EA, it's not like they'd be losing money.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. That's probably why EA doesn't put any more games on the system, because first of all, they just can't do the live service protocol on the Nintendo system. So they're just like, well, fuck that.
FIFA has loot boxes and shit.
But Nintendo's name is not attached to FIFA. Right. It would be different if they were to partner up with EA for like you were saying,
like a Mario,
the 303, and you remember Mario was in that game too, right?
Yeah.
So if Nintendo's character as a name was attached to it, I think they'd be a little bit more cautious.
No,
you never know.
Like an exclusive game with Mario and stuff, they wouldn't allow the loot boxes.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if they did that, Nintendo would front the money to EA, so they wouldn't even need to do stuff.
So they would need to do.
That's true. That would sound more like Nintendo.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and slide on over to this other topic that's more Fortnite-ish. So it's still. So Fortnite on Nintendo Switch release date, battle pass pricing, motion controls, and exclusive content. While still not still not quite official yet, so Fortnite is the world's most popular video game right now, thanks largely to its
R.I.P. PUBG, baby.
Wow. 100 players onto an island in a last man standing face-off. Alongside PlayerUnknown's Battleground, Fortnite is responsible for making the Battle Royale concept one of the hottest genres in the industry right now. However, it offers its own unique gameplay hook and the ability to craft defenses during combat, something which gives it surprising tactical depth. So Fortnite on Nintendo Switch release date. So they don't have a solid release date as yet, but data miners have discovered that the game appears to be scheduled for launch during E3. This would add credence to a leaked document which shows Fortnite as part of Nintendo's E3 slate. It would be wise then to expect an announcement during Nintendo's E3 presentation, which takes place at 9 a.m. PT. So there's that. Then you have Fortnite Switch, the price. A huge part of Fortnite's success is down to why would it have a price? Shouldn't it be free?
I think that's what they're saying. The big part is that it's free.
Yeah.
Let's see. A huge part of the Fortnite success is down to the fact that the Battle Royale mode, which let's face it, is the one everyone playing, is free to download. The main game was initially released as a premium title set in a world where people start vanishing following a mysterious storm, and players must work together in teams to fend off zombie attacks. However, the standalone Battle Royale mode is what has turned Fortnite into a worldwide smash. Fortnite will cost you nothing to download, but that doesn't mean your wallet will remain unmolested. Hold down.
Wow. Wow.
No shade, no tea, no drama, right? Cosmetic items such as gliders, costumes, and emotes are all available for V-Bucks, the game's virtual currency. V-Bucks are handed out as you progress through the tiers, but it takes ages to amass enough to actually buy anything. Therefore, there's always the temptation to spend real-world money to gain large sums of V-Bucks so you can buy that all important outfit or amazing dance move, and that's one of the reasons why I haven't even started this game. I just don't want to spend money to get those shits.
Oh, you get
Fortnite is the
moves?
You don't have to spend money.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but
They
I
said
don't
that there's
grind. But
virtual.
I don't want to grind for goddamn 5,000 hours just to get the shit too.
I don't know. I play a lot of MMOs, so I'm kind of.
So I'm fucked either way. So I just stay away from it. But it's doing fine.
Yeah, I don't really care that much, but I play MMOs, so I'm used to grinding for virtual currency.
So let's see. So Fortnite is divided into seasons, each of which has an optional battle pass that you guessed it cost actual money. Perks such as exclusive outfits or emotes tempt you to buy, and anyone who has a battle pass can enjoy other benefits.
It's gonna be even worse on the Switch because Nintendo has so many iconic things they can turn into.
So it's still free.
Get, like Nintendo themed costumes.
Yeah, that better be.
Imagine like playing a game.
I better see my soft ass Waluigi rolling across the screen talking about why.
All suave.
And then like look at all of like the Splatoon like outfits and junk. You know that stuff is gonna be.
Like, they could totally put all that stuff on there. But the battle pass costs 950 bucks per season. 1,000 V-Bucks are around $10. Each season lasts around 70 days, give or take. So the controls on the Switch, this is pure speculation, but we think it would be great to see Fortnite on Switch. That's y'all's idea. It doesn't need motion controls.
Yeah, that's speculation on their part. It's not something
that's their speculation, the article people. But given the debate currently raging between PC and console players regarding which setup is best, mouse and keyboard really does take some beating. It will be interesting to see how Switch players fare if motion aiming is included. Could Nintendo fans end up with a tactical advantage over their PS4 and Xbox One owning friends?
We'll never know because PS4 doesn't allow crossplay.
Right?
Yeah, they don't allow.
So they'll never play against the PS4 guys. So.
But I think that motion control is a good compromise for people who are not playing with keyboard.
I mean, as long as it's an option, that's fine. I just don't want it to be like a mandatory.
Yeah.
Like it can be an option, definitely.
In Doom and Splatoon, it's not mandatory.
Yeah, it's optional.
Okay, that's fine. They can throw it in there.
So far, the motion aiming is way better in Splatoon than it is in Doom.
Yeah.
Okay, that's.
I haven't tried it on Doom yet.
It's kind of slow.
So there's this like trailer I think here for some kind of competition. I think so.
This is a game called Crazy Justice that's coming to the Switch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So given the Fortnite has been thrilling players for months now, it's perhaps surprising that we haven't had any other Battle Royale titles on Switch yet. However, there's one notable challenger on the horizon in the shape of Crazy Justice, which has a few...
That is not a competitor.
R.I.P.
Yeah, that game should have been out by now. They're dead in the water now.
They are kicking themselves right now. If they released this like 2 months ago, they would have got a ton of sales, all that crap. But now everyone sees Fortnite coming, they're screwed.
They're screwed.
But
I mean, and it looks nice.
And Paladins, and they're both free. Oh, it's real.
over.
Y'all messed up. They waited too damn long.
We've been hearing about this Crazy Justice game, I feel like, about a year at this point.
Yeah,
it's been a little while, yeah.
So, like, they took too long.
It definitely looks decent. It's just sad that they didn't get it out sooner. They should have been had this out because people who want to stick with it would have stuck with it for.
Just like look what happened to Lawbreakers. The Crazy Justice is gonna be the same thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
I do want to give it a go though. Like I just want to see.
I'll try it out.
What it's
like, but is it free? It's not free to play.
Crazy Justice is a pay to play game.
Right? Yeah.
It has a cover system, crafting and motion controls, and
apparently it has a story mode. So I guess people who want something like that for the story mode, they might still want it. But
yeah, I might try it out.
I just think it's a missed opportunity not coming out sooner.
Yeah, because you know Fortnite's good. Fortnite, like Epic Games, has the ability to pump out updates quickly, and that's the reason why it surpassed everything else.
That's one of the biggest reasons why a lot of people stick with Fortnite. They are constantly pumping out these updates.
Yeah, they seem like
other live service games seem to lack.
They have an update. Yeah,
and that's what's wrong with PUBG. They're so busy trying to sue Epic Games. Like y'all need to fix your fucking game. Update regularly, and I'm pretty sure people would be gravy to stand there. There's people that don't like the art style of Fortnite. Yeah, exactly. You got people over there at PUBG going to Fortnite because they're always updating. They don't like the art style. They don't really like the gameplay, but
they don't like the arcade aspects, but they like the fact that it gets constant updates.
Like the fact that it works.
And the fact that it works, exactly. Oh my god!
They're constantly updating. They got prize packs over 100 million or some shit like that. Like,
that's crazy.
I'd be going over there too. Fuck PUBG. PUBG over here. Meanwhile, in PUBG land, let's go sue these guys.
PUBG invented Battle Royale. That's why they're suing Fortnite.
You know what they should have done? When they started collecting all that money, they should have hired more developers so they could pump out updates to keep people entertained. Yeah. When you don't update your game, people get bored and people move on to something else. And Epic Games got that on lock. They understand this, and they're pumping out those updates.
The second they announced they were working on an iPhone version of PUBG before they had fixed their Xbox version, I knew they were fucking in trouble.
Yeah,
their priorities.
You got the top players
all out of whack. These dudes are money hungry.
So funny though, the top PUBG players like Dr. Disrespect and stuff. He's like, I love this game to death, but I can't stand playing it because it's not optimized and it's just no updates. And just so he goes to freaking Fortnite. Like he's like, I love this game, but they just refuse. It makes sense. He's like, they just refuse to fix this game. They're so busy trying to sue people and using the money for that they won't fix their game, so he's just forced to go to another competitor. It makes sense. So
yeah, I would like to play Fortnite if I had more time to actually play and get good.
If I was interested, I would play, but I just
because me and Alex. Yeah, I think once it comes to Switch, I'll probably play it more because me and Alex played it and we enjoyed it a lot. We just haven't really had an opportunity to play because my schedule is so garbage.
And,
I mean, that's the truth.
Another advantage of jumping back on the Switch is everyone will suck.
Exactly, everybody will be
They'll be trying to jump onto the PC version now. We got destroyed.
We got bodied. Oh my god!
Everybody's been playing for a while.
So even-ish playing ground. Of course, there'll be some people who played it in other versions, but for the most
part, I don't think we streamed it. We should have, man. We got it freaking destroyed.
What was your placing? Like, not even.
I don't know.
10 minutes each time.
That's some poor placement right there.
Yeah, man. It was fun though. Even though we got tagged, it was fun. So.
What I want to see though is I want to see E3 2018 shows up. Nintendo has a trailer coming out, but it's actually PUBG. Fortnite isn't coming to Switch. PUBG, Microsoft, they work together. That's what Switch owners are getting. PUBG, Switch.
I don't think Switch people would want PUBG. I
don't think PUBG would run that well.
5 frames per second.
It wouldn't run that well, and then the Nintendo crowd would be more.
Nintendo crowd wouldn't go for it. Fortnite fits Nintendo crowd because of its aesthetics.
Because of the aesthetics,
And it's free.
And it's free.
And it's free, so there's that.
I kind of wonder what it would be like if Fortnite was like a $60 game. Like, would we not even be talking about it now?
It's popular.
Yeah, I don't think we'd even be talking about it.
As popular because it still updates enough to warrant a purchase. I feel.
You know what they could do right now? PUBG at this point.
Yeah, that's true.
At this point, PUBG needs to go free to play, and everybody who paid for it should get like the 40 whatever hell bucks worth of items.
PUBG, the only reason it got so popular is because it was only $30.
That's true.
Yeah.
I feel like even if PUBG went free to play, people still wouldn't really care as much because they still have the problem of not updating the game at a good pace.
True.
It still has the problem of not being as optimized as it could be. Like, there's problems with PUBG that have nothing to do with the price point. And that's the reason why people are switching over. It's not necessarily the price.
Yeah,
it's the fact that they're so slow to adapt.
Outclassed by Epic when it comes to optimizing and updates. It's not even funny. It's like,
PUBG Mobile's free. Like, I played that like once, and I was like, hey, it kind of works, but it's still not good or anything.
It's kind of sad. Like, they should have spent more time fixing their game. They wouldn't be in the position they're in now.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's move on from that. So, Zelda, Breath of the Wild, clears 1 million sold in Japan, while Blaze Brew cross battle struggles.
Oh, really?
Okay, so The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild has now sold over 1 million physical copies in Japan, according to the Media Create charts for May 28th to June 3rd. The Switch launch title sold 6,722 copies during this period, making it good enough for 9th place. It has now sold 1,000 and some change copies in Japan since it launched earlier last year. Ta-da! So elsewhere, 2D fighter Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle struggled to make an impact on Switch, limping into charts in 17th position with 4,271 copies. So the PS4 version fared better, hitting 4th place with 11,696. Both of these figures include the limited edition version of the game as well as the standard SKU. It was good news for Sony in general, as Dark Souls Remaster and Detroit Become Human took first and second place in the chart.
That's actually pretty surprising.
I'm surprised Detroit did well in Japan.
That's what I'm saying.
Nintendo can't be too annoyed, however, because Splatoon 2, Donkey Kong Country, Tropical Freeze, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and Kirby Star Allies all made the top 10.
That has nothing to do with the game that bombed.
Pretty much.
That's the first party games. Holy shit, Splatoon 2's 2.3 million already in Japan? That's
damn.
Nice.
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah. Love their tennis.
Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze has 100.
Oh, God.
Yeah, 154.
Jeez.
Wow, okay.
Wow,
Mario Kart
almost sold 1 million more than Mario Kart even. That's crazy.
That's what's up. And then Kirby Star Allies, 500,000.
Wow.
And Legend of Zelda finally hit 1 million, and that's what's up. That's cool. That's good news.
That's
awesome.
Good.
Sucks for that Blaze Blue game, though.
That Blaze Blue game,
Xbox One 73 units and Xbox One X 62 units in Japan.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Units.
Oh, God.
No games.
Total. Like, that's total, guys. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But what's really cool is the Switch actually outsold the PS4, the Pro, and the Xbox One X's combined.
That's really not that surprising, to be honest. They like handhelds out there.
Well, it's still pretty crazy though. Like, even combined, all together,
yeah,
it's beating 4 consoles.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of surprised 2DS has only sold 337 units. Like, I thought the smaller handheld thing would be what Japan would really like, but apparently they like the bigger 3DSs, you know?
They like the clamshell ones. So the
yeah, I guess, yeah. Yeah, true.
Nobody likes that wedge.
Yeah,
it looks like a piece of
the doorstop.
Yeah, the doorstop one. That one was.
What is so? Pokemon.
Shout out to Blaze Blue.
Forget Blaze Blue. R.I.P. Blaze Blue. More like it.
I'm actually kind of surprised Blaze Blue didn't do that well.
To be honest, I didn't even know that game came out.
I knew about it. I just thought I didn't know it was on the Switch.
Daniel likes those games, so you know I knew about it.
Yeah, I had no clue. I thought it was only on the PS4 or some shit, but hey, what do I know? So, Pokemon's president confirms 2019 RPG
Jesus,
will
you
include.
gotta be kidding! Microsoft
mini
has delayed Crackdown 3 to 2019.
Like, is that confirmed?
They really said that?
It's from Kotaku. They're saying Microsoft has delayed Crackdown to 2019.
Okay, it's getting canceled, guys. Get ready.
Spooky. It's getting real.
It's
spooky.
totally getting canceled. It's getting canceled. Get ready.
That's
this is what they did with freaking Soulbound or whatever. They did that shit.
They're adding in the Crackdown Battle Royale mode.
I wouldn't even be surprised at this point.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they do. By that time, like, I would assume that maybe the Battle Royale would go away.
Oh, I'm hoping.
But who knows? Anyway, Pokemon's president confirms 2019 RPG will include many new Pokemon and better graphics.
Hey.
So after the small avalanche of Pokemon reveals last week and general buzz and discussion around Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, you'd be forgiven for pushing next year's core series RPG to the back of your mind for now. We didn't expect to learn too much about this title for a while, but a trickle of details have now emerged from the Pokemon Company's president. Speaking with Japanese magazine Famitsu, Tsunekazu Ishihara has discussed all of the Pokemon games that came about from last week's announcement, including next year's RPG. Kindly shared by Japanese Nintendo, the first of these details confirm the news we've already been told. It will be releasing in the second half of 2019 and is entirely new work, essentially meaning that it will not be a remake of previous games. Things started to get a little more exciting, however, as Ishihara also mentions that the game should please long-time players of the series, presumably suggesting that this will be the core experience that die-hard fans are craving, and that it will include many new Pokemon. While it seems rather likely already, this should absolutely confirm the fact that this will be the start of Generation 8. One final point to mention is the promise of improved image quality with the series moving from the 3DS to the HD display of Switch. You would hope for at least some level of improvement, but maybe this hints at a higher level of graphical loveliness than the bare minimum required. So that's good news. Die-hard Pokemon fans are going to get your die-hard Pokemon game next year.
Yeah,
good.
That's good. Like they mentioned that earlier when they announced "Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee." They're like,
I think that got drowned out because a lot of people like pretended like they didn't hear that.
I saw so many people like freaking out and they're like getting all angry and shit. Like they told you the new one's coming next year. Like what the fuck?
Like y'all didn't hear them say that the mainstay hardcore fan base type RPG game is next year.
You guys want them to rush the brand new game to the Switch? Like that's just dumb. They need the extra year to make the game proper.
And plus, they need to hype people up for Pokemon so they can get more people on board. People who have never played it, people who have left the series and maybe want to come back. That's what Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee is for. Yeah.
It's gonna bring a lot of people.
That's why Let's Go Eevee and this shit is there. It's to bring in more people and get people ready and pumped for next year when the mainstay Pokemon comes out.
Yeah.
I'm still not sure though about the Let's Go thing. Like, I on paper it seems like a great idea, but all these ideas that Nintendo's had, and I guess Pokemon Company or whatever have had with like bringing in people to console gaming, like the Switch or Wii U and Wii, it doesn't seem like they really transfer over as many as you actually think that they would. I don't know. It just. I'm just curious to see how much of like the actual Pokemon Go players will say, okay, I'm going to go buy a $300 system now to play another Pokemon Go game when they could just play the free Pokemon Go game on their phone. You know what I mean? I just wonder how many are actually going to be brought over.
Yeah.
Like, it must work because they continue to do it.
Yeah. Or maybe they're just trying to hit the jackpot kind of a thing, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Either way, like, this is clearly a much easier game for them to make in the meantime while they make the full one. So and it's gonna sell gangbusters anyway. Exactly, it's probably gonna sell better than previous versions of Pokemon regardless.
Yeah, it's up there. So
it's gonna be pretty interesting. So yeah, Generation 8. I started watching Pokemon again because I got excited about the Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee shit. So I've been watching Pokemon X and Y, and I still get the happiest when I see the Gen 1 Pokemon. Like I was watching an episode that had Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle, and I was like, oh man, these guys are still better than the new Pokemon. So it's like, I'm still happy about this Let's Go Eevee shit.
And I just want to see the next generation have go full out. Like I just want to be able to play a game that is the anime of like the first anime, because that's the only one I've ever like really watched of the Pokemon series. And I'm not like the biggest Pokemon fan or anything, but I have played almost like every game, so I guess maybe I am. I don't know. But I'm just hoping they just put money into it, man. They make so much money. I want to see them make like a friggin' God of War, Last of Us, whatever. I want to see some serious like money and like effort put into this thing. I don't want to see some half-assed Pokemon game. I want to see something big and special.
Yeah, because they've been limited by the 3DS hardware for years.
Yeah, exactly. So this is it. Put some money into this. I'm hoping.
Yeah, so it's basically getting a 2.5, maybe even 3-year life cycle, development cycle. So it should be a damn good game. Because they said they've been working on this Pokemon game since before the Switch was even announced. So by the time it comes out, it'll have been about 3 years. So I'm expecting something very good.
Yeah, same.
I know you two don't give a shit about Pokemon,
but I just don't really know what to. I just don't know what to add because I don't play Pokemon. So
are you gonna try playing this one or not?
I've never really played
Pokemon that's called Waluigi, so that probably won't.
Yeah, there's no Wallymon, so
they're running out of names. It'll come up soon. Don't worry about it.
No Waluigi or something.
Personally, I am actually really looking forward to seeing what the new Pokemon has in store. Even though I don't play Pokemon, I'm just really curious to see what a real core Pokemon is going to look like on modern tech.
On modern hardware,
yeah, you think you might jump in then, or
like maybe I could see myself doing that since I'll be able to play it on my TV and not be restricted to handheld only.
They have like a little Pokemon that's fat and has a mustache and he just goes wah. That
is a day one, sir. A day one.
If that was a starter Pokemon, that's basically the best Pokemon game ever.
Yeah. But like the reason why I'm curious, even though I've never played a Pokemon before, is because basically what you said, Alex. Pokemon has always been a franchise that people have adored, but has always been limited by the technology that has been on handheld only. So considering that this game was going to be built ground up from the Switch, I'm really curious to see if they plan on utilizing, you know, what the Switch can do for this game. So I'm just curious. I really hope
Breath of the Wild, but you're out there hunting
like a world as big as that. Like, oh my god, incredible. That game would last forever. You would never be done playing that game.
That would be amazing. That would be the true Pokemon master adventure. Like you just.
I would be interested in that. Yeah, I hope, you know, I know that they said it's not coming out to 2018, but I hope they at least give us a sneak peek at E3. I know I'm probably asking for too much, but that would be
awesome. That'd be cool.
They're gonna shove Let's Go down your throat for
I'm sure you're
Let's go down your throat.
I'm sure you're right. But like, you know, considering that from what I've been told, like I said, I don't play Pokemon, but from what I've been told, a lot of what's also interesting about Pokemon is the region where it takes place, and if they're able to expand upon that region because they're on more powerful technology, like that would probably be something that make me be like, I gotta get this, I gotta explore this world.
If you could explore like Xenoblade Chronicles X,
dream.
Yeah. You wouldn't have a skull probably, but
absolutely.
Pull out the skull. Oh man.
I would probably have to give a part of my life to Pokemon at that point. Yeah. Because that's essentially what I did with Breath of the Wild and Xenoblade X. Like, that was my life.
Same. For like a month.
For 2 and 3 months with me.
Oh man.
Because when me,
it was 2 months. Yeah.
When me, Alex, and Kuuppon got Xenoblade X, like we played it through the story, of course, but we extended the life of that game because of all of the stuff that we did together online. It was crazy.
Yeah, it got
like,
so
that
bad
was our life for like 2 to 3 months.
My mech was so strong I could kill Telethia in 2 hits.
Exactly, it was crazy.
Oh
yes,
my god, okay. Damn, that's nice.
We went hard in that game.
I haven't been that obsessed with a video game in so long.
Holy shit. Dude, that's crazy, man. I could barely beat a Telethia by the time I was with it, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, I went a little overboard with that.
Yeah, we grinded it out. We got like the powerful skills in the game. It was crazy.
Yeah. You guys think we'll see a port on Switch?
I would love it. I would buy it again.
Man, I'd buy it again too.
I don't see why they wouldn't.
I want a port of that. I will buy it again.
Yep.
I don't care.
One of the few I'd rebuy on Switch is that and maybe Wonderful 101 if they fix it.
Yeah,
I love that game so much.
I don't think I've bought a Wii U port since freaking Mario Kart.
I didn't even buy that.
Oh, wow.
Because I didn't buy any of the ones that came out this year. I do want Hyrule Warriors, but I haven't done that yet. So.
Yeah, I didn't play that on Wii U. I gotta get that.
As well. I rented Donkey Kong, but like I haven't bought any Wii U ports since Mario Kart, I think.
Yeah. I don't know if Baby Struggles has beckoned for Kuuppon, so I guess I will. I think I will move us forward if she's not here.
Yeah, she left a message. So
okay.
Move on to the next topic.
All right. So the next topic, Konami is set to reveal 2 new games for Nintendo Switch at E3 2018. So I'll read a little bit of a blurb here just so we know. Oh, there she is.
Go ahead.
Just so we know where we're at. So it says, with the exception of a few titles such as Super Bomberman R, Konami is one of the few developers to show a continued investment in Nintendo Switch. And then it goes on to say that they have 2 unannounced titles that they plan to unveil at E3 2018. The 2 mysterious titles are listed on Konami's official page on the E3 2018 website, with one stated to be an action-adventure and the other a compilation. With no details available at the moment, we're all now left to wonder what Konami could be
Metal Gear Survive, Ron!
For Switch. Oh, man.
Oh, no, please. So, I'm not going to read the rest of this because that's pretty much the synopsis of what's going on. So, the 2 titles are an action-adventure, and one is a compilation. Now, I'm trying to look through Konami's backlog of games, trying to figure out what exactly that compilation could be.
Metal Gear Solid Collection, please.
You think it'll be a Metal Gear Collection? You think
man, I'd love that on Switch.
That's highly unlikely.
I feel like Konami is so petty that they would not do that just to spite Kojima. So I'm not thinking that they're gonna do Metal Gear compilation.
Because they some petty.
Oh, my dreams.
Have these Konami classic games, which they brought out. It have like shit like.
Didn't they do Contra? Konami?
Yeah, there's one with Contra
I could see.
And what the hell? It's Castlevania, Frogger.
Yeah, I could see. Oh yeah, it could be a compilation of different games. It doesn't have to be a compilation of the same franchise. I could see that. Yeah, I could see some Contra.
What the hell is it called? That Namco Museum? Or no, that's a different one. But like, yeah, there's like old.
Yeah, Namco. Yeah, but it'd be like Namco Museum. I know what you mean.
Same idea.
But
same shit Sega's trying to do right now with the Ages games. Right?
I think it's highly possible that it's gonna be something Contra related because freaking Neo Geo has all of those freaking beat 'em up games on the freaking eShop right now, and they're actually doing pretty good. So I can see Konami wanting to jump in and like, oh, if people like this, then they'll want to play this. So I could totally see that.
Yeah, Contra would be great on handheld. Yeah, that'd be great.
Contra on the Switch would actually be pretty tight. I would totally go back and play those. To be honest.
Yeah, I'll go back for that.
I was playing Metal Slug. That was fun.
Yeah.
Hardcore. I hope they bring that one too.
Yeah, I could see that. But as far as this action adventure game, I wonder if it's gonna be a new game or something that they've already, done and it's like a port.
Could it be like a Lords of Shadow game or something? Is that what
like
the Castlevania games were? Yeah. I don't know, like I know they have like 2 of those or something, right?
Maybe. You just never know with Konami these days because they don't really do a lot of stuff these days. So
well,
you just never
like
know.
The pachinko machines or whatever you call them.
Yeah, the pachinko. Like if it's Metal Gear Solid, the last Metal Gear Solid game, that'd be cool, I guess.
I don't know, man. Like I said, I feel like Konami is so petty. They don't want nobody else playing any past Metal Gear games because of the Kojima situation. I feel like they're that petty.
They're that petty, yeah.
They're that petty to where they would not get that money because Kojima's name is attached to those games.
Yeah, their new CEO seems like a psychopath.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I would love if they brought Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. I love that game.
Oh, Metal Gear Rising, that is a good game.
Yeah.
But maybe it is Castlevania because like Bloodstained is going to come to the Switch. Maybe they want to
True.
Thunder, right?
Yeah, they want to one up that guy because they're petty.
Yeah, they're petty as hell.
Konami is petty.
They're so petty.
Yeah.
It's so petty.
Well, I guess they're going to announce those at E3, right? That would make sense.
Yeah, they're going to be. They're on Konami's official E3 page.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So they're going to be
I
at
hope
E3.
it's something good, not some old ass games.
I mean,
I don't know. Konami, I feel like it's gonna be something old.
Yeah, see,
because
It'd be
Konami,
really funny if they brought out Kojima for some reason.
Konami's not even doing anything new on their own. You know what I mean? So I don't feel like it's gonna be
10 out of 10 game of the year.
Get out of here, Alex. That's not even a real game. No.
Well, Bomberman did good on Switch, so what if they just do like maybe a collection of that, or maybe they even do a sequel already? They just saw, hey, we made some money here, let's make another one quick.
So you think that Bomberman R2 could be classified as action adventure?
I don't know.
Okay,
see,
yeah,
that's the thing because there's an
mind.
action adventure and then a compilation. So
it's Bomberman Legends
maybe
3.
Translate another Pachinko game over to the Switch. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows with Konami?
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see, I guess. Again.
M Prime says Baby Struggles disapproves of Konami.
Yes, she does. She over here acting a fool. Feeding her bait, by the way.
She don't like Konami.
Well, she didn't like that. But anyway, enough of Konami, because fuck Konami, right? Right.
Yeah,
see?
exactly.
Exactly, she understands.
Baby Struggles is not feeling it.
She's mad at me because I stopped feeding her, so she get mad at me when I stop.
Alright.
Can you read the next topic for me again?
So look at this, people. We have Splatoon figures coming out, and you can dress them up. You have the coolest figures on the street. Be the coolest kid at school with your little Splatoon figures. And they have different hairstyles and shit, and different.
Oh, you know what's funny about that is that's the second. Those are supposed to be the second wave of them. So what happened to the first one?
I've never heard of the first one.
Right.
To be honest, I would probably invest. Yeah, I would actually probably invest in these. Look how cool they look.
Pretty good.
They're pretty cool.
Look at you, little Miss I Hate Amiibo, willing to spend hundreds of dollars on Splatoon figures that don't even have a.
Because the outfits are so freaking dope. Look at these outfits. Look at these outfits, Alex.
Oh, because they have outfits.
at these outfits, dude.
These are pretty wild. These are pretty cool. I like these.
I actually have some of these outfits right now in the game.
I'm sure they'll keep making new outfits too, which is
Bro, you don't sit still, Ethan.
They have little stands for the outfits. Like, this is pretty cool.
This is cool.
Does it say anything about pricing?
Amiibo wish they were this cool in Prime.
Oh, damn. But Amiibo gets to hide content. This has nothing. There is no mention of when these are coming out. There's no mention of price. Okay, here we go. Each set costs $30 US. A set comes with what? One person? Or you get.
And does it come with like an assortment of outfits?
They're very vague about this. Let's try this other article here. Baby struggles. I know it's $30.
She's trying to run away.
I guess a set has 4. That's what the picture implies.
4 outfits.
Or well, it shows 4 Splatoon kids, and then like each one has their own outfit. It's pretty vague. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like it's actually launching this week in Japan.
That's crazy.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's actually this is the second series. They already had a series of these figures.
These actually look pretty cool. Only thing they're missing is brown kids. Where the brown kids at?
I think
you got
this one.
Just the marina or whatever.
Yeah.
It comes with the brown kids coloring.
Well, that's pretty cool. Like, hopefully they bring these over to North America, because it seems like it's only in Japan.
Yeah, these are pretty dope,
How was that the second wave, but we didn't hear about the first wave, and we didn't even get
Probably because they're Japan only,
Yeah,
so, you know.
People didn't care.
That sucks.
What
I know, I want one too, baby struggles.
What about Rizvad? What do you think about these figures? You interested?
Yeah, no, I'm obviously not gonna like import them or anything, but man, just the designs. Nintendo has some like amazing character designs. The Inklings are like top notch. Really.
Yeah, they're
like,
the best. I love them.
Man, like,
personally.
I like how well thought out the Inklings are. Like, they thought well ahead how many costumes they could make, the different hairstyles. They know what people were wanting to do with those. It's pretty simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want edgy, here's a little bit of edge.
Yeah.
Some of these guys with their toques and their, you know, shorts.
Because, you know, originally they wanted to do, like, rabbits or something like that, but I think these were, like, the best possible choice.
Yeah, it made sense for what they were doing.
Makes sense. It was a good idea. It's a home run for them, definitely.
And they're so fashionable. I love them.
Let's move on to Telltale, The Walking
Telltale.
Dead. The final season is confirmed for Nintendo Switch. I love the Walking Dead Telltale series. It is.
Yo, same. Oh, so good.
And we still don't have the old ones on the Switch. I thought those were going to come over, but they have not. But this new one has been confirmed that it's on the way. It's in the trailer confirmed. It's sometime in 2018, and we have an older Clementine. She's battle-hardened. She said some wild shit, like, I don't even remember a world without monsters, so she's definitely dead inside. So it's going to be an interesting I can't wait for this, to be honest. I played all of them, including the Michonne one. The Michonne one was a little short for my liking, but the one starring Clementine is just the best, because you definitely have to protect Clementine at all costs.
She's a more fleshed out character anyway,
yeah,
too.
Of course. And for what
I still have to play season 3 though.
Oof. Too, right? Like the actual Walking Dead show,
I heard wasn't too bad.
Implement her into the TV series.
Into the TV series?
She's not in the TV series?
No, she's never been in the TV series.
She's never been in the show.
Yeah.
They said they were going to enter. They said they were going to do something like that. But
season of the show anyway, so I think they're trying to cross her over.
That'd be cool if they like meet up or something.
That's the only reason I would go back to that. Because I gave up on Walking Dead TV series a while ago.
I stopped watching
same here.
But if they put
Clementine in it, then
I will start watching again.
I will totally watch it if they put her in there.
Because she's the best.
Hey, yeah, Alex, how was season 3, the actual game? Was it good?
The Michonne one? Yeah, it's good. It's just short.
Well, it's season 3, A New Frontier. I don't know if that is the Michonne one or not.
Season 3, A New Frontier was actually pretty decent. They introduced a new character, Javier. He's pretty decent, just awkward at best. Like, he comes off as the type that you would just want to play him as a villain, honestly, to me. Like, all the choices they give him are just kind of easily geared toward villainy.
There's no mention of season 3 will come to the Switch. I guess.
Yeah, I'm hoping it does, because I'm either getting it on PS4 now, or I'll wait for a Switch version. But.
Yeah, like, at this point, they might as well do a collection season 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great.
Switch,
that'd be great. That'd be perfect.
Who
for
knows?
Switch.
If it ends up only being the 4th season, then it is what it is. It's still definitely a game you guys should all check out.
Still worth playing.
So out of the Telltale games, the Walking Dead series is the best one, I feel.
Oh yeah, for sure. Wolf Among Us is pretty good too.
Yeah,
I thought it was pretty
good.
Oh,
they actually have Wolf Among Us 2 coming out.
Yep, that's supposed to be this year.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. That was a good game too. Eat that. What's next? She's over here screaming at me. What's the next one?
For Walking Dead, but let's move on to Sega. I know this is a huge step
no.
to greatness.
Well, you can read that one first, and then the other one.
Oh, which one was that supposed
Yeah,
to be?
because the Nintendo E3 thing is the main topic, so might as well do Sega stuff.
Do Sega first.
Let me do the Square Enix one. How about that?
Oh yeah, the one that you had. Okay, yeah go ahead.
So, Square Enix has realized that the Nintendo Switch is an unstoppable juggernaut console, and now they are establishing a division exclusively for Nintendo Switch developers.
Oh wow!
So they say here, Square Enix has decided that it wants to focus on original titles for the Switch. As we know, they're making Octopath Traveler, which looks like a god-tier game. And if this game does well, and this is something that appeals to fans, they want to focus on the Nintendo Switch. So this is good, this is smart. Nintendo Switch having companies like Square Enix make exclusive titles for them only helps both companies. It helps you...
While blackmailing the fans.
While blackmailing the fans, it is what it is.
Buy your damn game or you're not getting shit.
Yeah, well, Square Enix does what they do. At least
I was buying it anyway. It looked awesome. Still.
Yeah,
that's the thing though. That, like you're most likely gonna buy their game anyway. So why do you need to blackmail us for it? Like that's the question mark I got.
Exactly.
If it's games like Octopath, like that style of game, it won't take them 20 years to make, like Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts. So that's a plus.
Like, yeah. Can I get my Kingdom Hearts on the Switch, bitch?
Yeah, I would hope so. Okay, it says, in addition to this, Asana also confirmed there will be more large projects on the way to the Switch, though he would not say what is being worked on. So it says, there are several other titles we are currently working for on the Switch. If you could just wait a bit longer. Maybe after you put your kids through college, you'll be able to
Please understand.
Please
understand.
So it looks like there are other games that they're already working on for the Switch, which is great. Square Enix really has not done wrong by the Switch in any way. The games that they've released have been good, no problems with the games, and they continue to support the system, so that's cool. And now they're making an entire division for Nintendo Switch. I think that's awesome.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I feel like if you are a company that has like the money or you can fit it into your budget, it pays to have a Switch team at this point, because the Nintendo Switch is like a big deal right now. And like if they really want to capitalize on the fact that Nintendo really doesn't get a whole lot of third-party stuff, like I would definitely encourage you to do something like what Square Enix is doing. Not that, you know, they watch this podcast or anything, but if you're a big publisher and you're just so happening to breeze through, you should make a Switch team.
Activision has their own team for Call of Duty for Nintendo that they don't utilize to make games.
Not anymore, they don't. But during the Wii era, they absolutely did, and it paid off for them because a lot of people don't believe it. But Call of Duty did very well on the Wii. Like it didn't sell.
It sold like almost 2 million.
Yeah, like it wasn't like selling like big bank like the other versions, but it was making profit. It was making the money. So
yeah, like because obviously the Wii versions were cut down versions. They weren't even in HD. So like it's not like they costed a lot to create.
Yeah,
still the best versions for me, man. Motion controls with those, man. Oh, they're so good back then.
I think that it's a missed opportunity to not bring Call of Duty back.
Yeah. Call of Duty should find its way home on Switch. So, Activision really hasn't released much, if anything.
No.
I don't know.
Did they even release?
Well, you know what?
Crash Bandicoot's
if we being real, you know how back in the day we used to be like, if your system doesn't have Call of Duty, then it's a wrap. But nowadays, if your system ain't got Fortnite, it's a wrap. And Nintendo Switch is getting Fortnite, so maybe the trickle down effect to more shooters will be the catalyst to getting other shooters on the Switch.
Could be. We should have Overwatch 2, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I know, right?
Let's move on to Sega. Sega and Atlas E3 2018 lineup. Sega and Atlas have announced their joint lineup for this year's E3. The company will have a diverse range of games on display at Booth 5222. So if you want to go see them, go to Booth 5222. They're bringing Valkyria Chronicles 4, Yakuza Kiwami 2, Shining Resonance Refrain, Team Sonic Racing, Total War 3 Kingdoms, and Catherine. Full body will all be featured. Also planned are a pair of Atlas titles for unspecified platforms that will be announced tomorrow.
Shin Megami Tensei, please. I said Shin Megami Tensei, please.
Yeah, well,
yes.
Yeah, they're still working on that. Sega and Atlas will be streaming throughout E3, blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares. Okay, so the only game out of that list that's coming to Switch, as far as we know right now, is Team Sonic Racing.
And Valkyria Chronicles 4, that's been confirmed as well.
Chronicles 4 confirmed too? Okay.
Yeah, it's confirmed. It's definitely coming. Yeah.
Catherine should come over too, because that's a...
Oh man, I'd love to play that. Yeah.
I'd be kind of surprised if that one doesn't make its way over. We'll see what Atlas has to bring, because Atlas really is the star of Sega at this point. So hopefully they announce something for Switch.
I want all of those, speaking of RPGs, that they put on the 3DS at the end of the bring over to the Switch. Yeah. Remember when they announced all those RPG games? I forgot what they were. Freak. I can't.
Yeah, Radiant Historia, Shin Megami Tensei, Strange Journey, and Alliance Alive. Oh.
Bring those. Freak.
Well, we got that Professor Layton spin-off game coming.
Yeah.
Well, that's level 5. That's not.
Oh, my bad. I thought that was Atlas.
Yeah.
Well,
but that sucks because they're bringing that over, the Professor Layton game, and I bought that on 3DS like begrudgingly. I didn't want to play it on it, but
yeah, now it's coming to the Switch. You wasted your money.
Oh,
yep.
That's why I held off all purchases of any 3DS, anything.
Well, you're being smart. I'm not.
Hopefully the 3DS withers.
I mean, the Switch, when the Switch was taken off, I was just like, well, there's no point in my 3DS. It was kind of pointless. I was trying to turn my 3DS in, but they weren't going to give me nothing for it. So I was just like, well, I'll just keep it then, just in case.
Yeah.
Like a Kijiji or something. People still go pretty good for 3DSs and stuff on Kijiji. At least a lot better than you would at like a GameStop or a used game store or something like that.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't touch my 3DS anymore. I am done with it.
We'll see whatever Sega has, Sega and Atlas have for the Switch. We'll welcome it with open arms, unless it's Sega Team Racing, because we already got Mario Kart. But
all right, so I'm free. I can continue.
Right. So
yeah, I'm free now.
So main topic, guys.
Nintendo at E3 2018 guide recap. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee playable. So this is like pretty much a rundown of what to expect at E3, and then after this, we're gonna all speculate and talk about what we would like to see from Nintendo at E3. So starting off, I'm not gonna read the first thing before. I'm gonna read the Monday on June 11th at 2:30 p.m. PT. The doors to the Belasco Theater will open, and opening rounds of Splatoon 2 World Championship will begin. Competition starts at 3:30 p.m. and lasts until 6 p.m. The event is open to anyone who would like to attend. Starting at 12:30 p.m., fans can line up for a chance to receive a wristband that will grant them access to the competition. Wristbands will be distributed on a first-come, first-served basis while supplies last. You can check all this out on at e3.nintendo.com, their Nintendo YouTube channel, and on their Nintendo Twitch channels. On Tuesday, June 12th at 9 a.m., the Nintendo Direct E3 2018 video presentation will feature games launching in 2018, including the recently announced Super Smash Bros. Game for the Nintendo Switch system. At noon, the doors will open to the theater for Splatoon 2 World Championship Finals and Super Smash Bros. Invitational 2018. The action starts at 1 p.m. Both tournaments events are open to anyone who would like to attend. Starting at 10 a.m., fans can line up for a chance to receive a badge that will grant them the access to the competition. Badges are first come, first serve, as all supplies will be. Everyone can watch everything on the previously announced channels. And on Tuesday, June 12th through Thursday, June 14th, immediately after Nintendo Direct E3 2018, on June 12th, Nintendo Treehouse Live E3 2018 will begin 3 days of live gameplay, appearances by Nintendo Treehouse members and developers, and insider look at games, starting with the upcoming Super Smash Bros. Game for the Nintendo Switch. What the hell just happened to my screen? It just moved. Hold on. Oh, there you go. My screen moved. For 3 days, E3 attendees will get hands-on time with the games at the Nintendo booth, including the Super Smash Bros. Games for Nintendo Switch, and recently announced Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Reservations is required to play the Super Smash Bros. Games. All other games will be available to play on first-come, first-served basis. Oh, damn. E3 attendees who are spotted playing their Nintendo Switch systems at the show could be selected by roaming members of the Nintendo team to receive an exclusive Nintendo Switch pin while supplies last. And once again, you can see every e3.nintendo.com, Nintendo's YouTube, or Nintendo Twitch channels. No. That's for anybody who's going to actually be there. The rest of us are going to be watching it on any one of these. We're going to be watching it on the YouTube.
I want that fucking Nintendo water bottle that dude has in the background. I want that shit.
Yeah, that looks cool. So are we going to be streaming this by the chance? I am.
I will. I won't be at work because I'm out for summer. So I am in there like swimming. Okay. I'm so excited.
We are going to be streaming this. So if you guys want to see E3, I'm going to be streaming all of E3.
I am excited. I'm going to be streaming.
But I'm going to do it in separate intervals. So I'm going to do Sony by itself. Then I'm going to do, and switch them up. So by all means, come hit us up because, we gonna be acting a fool. So basically now the main topic is just speculation, what we want to see from E3 as far as Nintendo, all the other companies, well, mostly Nintendo, and what we are looking forward to, all that good stuff. So we'll go roundtable style, and we will start with our guest today. So what would you like to see from E3? What are you speculating? Are your expectations high, low? And it's mostly toward Nintendo for now.
Okay, well, as far as actual predictions, I did do a video about them, but I guess kind of my main one is that I feel like 2018 is still going to be very barren. Let's start off this segment here with a very down prediction. Anyway, but yeah, I still feel like 2018. I just feel like Nintendo's going to focus so much on Super Smash Brothers, and they're just going to still leave 2018 to kind of fizzle out, except for having Smash. So that's the pessimistic side of me. But yeah, I don't know. I just see them like putting so much effort and like just all the eyes onto Smash, and then they don't want to like destroy any of the other games that are coming out. I feel like 2019 will be huge, but I feel like 2018 they might kind of slow it down and just have focus on Smash. Other than that, though, like I think more just for my wishes, I want to see a new Phoenix Wright game, like right now on the Switch.
Yes. Yes.
Are you guys big fans? Yes. Okay.
I'm
good.
A fan. Yes.
Yes. Because I think I heard something before about them saying it's coming out, or that it is coming to the Switch. But the last one I thought was really good, Spirit of Justice on 3DS, and that was a while ago. So I'd love to see that. Fortnite, I feel like it could be just a day one drop kind of a thing. Like after the presentation, they'll say, "Oh yeah, and by the way, you can download it right now and play for free." Like
now,
I feel like
if that happens, not to cut you off, WizRad.
Yeah, no.
If that happens, freaking Epic Games like the biggest trolls ever, because like there was like a listing or something that we talked about a couple podcasts ago, said that they were looking for people who can port it to the Switch. So they're making it seem like it's not coming till later.
Yeah.
But they probably already working on it now. But they need extra hands on to kind of keep it updated enough to snub.
Probably separate the teams based around the consoles.
Yeah,
that'd be funny.
I could totally see it though. Like that'd be a huge news at E3. Not to mention, I can just picture everyone at like the show floor and stuff, like pulling out their Switch and having Fortnite there or something like that.
Yeah.
And, and really just keeping the talk about Fortnite, because I don't know. I just feel like this E3, a lot of people are going to be like bringing up, "Oh yeah, and Fortnite, ha ha ha," just so like the more mainstream media outlets will say, "Oh yeah, PS4 has Fortnite special, costumes and stuff." I feel like everyone's going to kind of jump onto that bandwagon, and
now
I feel like Nintendo could be one of them. So
now, if they announce Fortnite and then they're like, "Oh yeah, and by the way, you could dress up as all the Mario characters right now if you download the Battle Pass," and people are like, "What?"
That would be big.
People would love that. I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah, but just a few other like predictions, I guess. I think that we will get a Fallout game for Switch. I know that they just announced that Fallout 76. I haven't really looked into it, but I feel like we could get maybe a dual pack of Fallout 3, or at least something else from Bethesda. You know, last year was all Skyrim with like 5 different versions or whatever the hell it was, but maybe this year's Fallout's you know, big kind of push. So either Fallout 3 or Fallout 4. And one more thing. No one is kind of bringing this up anymore, but I feel like we are going to see some stuff from Blizzard. I know that there was like rumors about Diablo 3 a little while ago coming out to Switch. I feel like that could be coming to fruition right now, and maybe even a whole new game for the platform. So I think it'll be on all platforms, but not exclusive. But I feel like they could have another game, whether it's like a Hearthstone or something. But I feel like it'll be a new game and it'll be up to all platforms, but Switch will be one of them. So.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like Blizzard's kind of in wait and see mode, because the reason why I say that is probably not warranted, because like you said, they do have other games, but obviously right now the biggest one is Overwatch, and if you're not putting Overwatch on a thing, then what's the point, in my opinion? But they seem, because you know, like last podcast we talked about it, how they said that they were not eyeing the Switch for an Overwatch port. So if Blizzard does show up, it's like, what are they gonna show up with? Nobody cares about anything. At least the Switch audience doesn't care about anything from Blizzard but Overwatch. You know, like Hearthstone had its time, but I don't really know if people are still checking for Hearthstone. I feel like for console players, especially, that wave has kind of ended.
I don't know. I just feel like with Overwatch, to be fair, like I really don't play Overwatch. I played it like once, and again, it's sort of like Fortnite. I played it like once for like a few matches, and I was like, okay, you know, it's fun, but I'm just not really into those type of games. But like, I just feel like Blizzard, I think it's time for them to announce a new game and kind of push for something new. I feel like they see that Overwatch is probably losing some steam with Fortnite and other Battle Royale things taking away from it. So maybe this is where they have a new game that comes out and they really want it to be on everything.
But this is also the same team of people who've been living off of WoW and Diablo since forever, and Overwatch was their first new game in a long time. So, you know, you just never know with Blizzard, but I think that they see the wave with Overwatch. So I feel like that's why I feel like, not to say that what you're saying is incorrect, but I feel like if you're gonna bring something to a new platform, it needs to be Overwatch if you're Blizzard, because not saying people don't play WoW and Hearthstone, like millions of people play those games every day. But like the wave, if you're a console player, is Overwatch. They've tried Diablo on console, people don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like they've tried to bring Hearthstone to an audience outside of the esports audience. Nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if Blizzard brings it, they need to bring Overwatch. And I don't think anything would grab people's attention from Blizzard that's not Overwatch right now for the Switch, personally.
Yeah, if they threw out Diablo on it, it could be just wasted effort too, right? Like, it is like an old game, and that's a good point.
And the funniest thing about Overwatch right now is that they finally, after 2 freaking years, have finally put in a better system where you can actually team up and everything and stuff like that, and actually get endorsements and, you know, rate people, all this other good stuff. Like, they've improved the game immensely, thankfully, but it took them 2 years to do it. So anybody who wasn't previously interested would be interested now, and I think it would be great to have.
I think that if the Switch came out maybe like a year earlier, and Hearthstone was out for the Switch like last year or the year before, if it came out earlier, people would care, because that's when Hearthstone was at the height of its popularity. It was a big deal on phones and tablets and stuff like that.
Stuck with their updates in all their games. They just have no consistency, and they don't keep up with their patch notes and stuff. So I don't know, like, it's a good idea, but it's just like, they're kind of PUBG-ish when it comes to updates and stuff, but not as bad. Thank God, not as bad. But they can have their PUBG moments where you're just like, update, hello, anything, nothing, okay. But yeah, they're definitely not as bad as PUBG.
Right. Didn't mean to derail you.
Anything else here you think we're gonna see at E3 from Nintendo? What's right?
Sorry. What we're gonna see from other companies?
No.
What do you think we're gonna see
from Nintendo?
for Nintendo. Well, I guess one last prediction I have that I just want to bring up. I guess not really prediction, but the Fire Emblem game for Switch.
Oh gosh, yes, please.
I am kind of worried about this. Like the fact that we haven't seen anything
this
either.
To me.
I know, but like I'm kind of worried. Just either we're gonna see a trailer, kind of like what we've seen with like I think it was Birthright and Conquest, where it's just like the CG trailer. You see these like two warring countries, and then we'll just see a really nice CG trailer, and then it'll be a 2019 game, or they really do have like a blowout of gameplay and stuff, and I don't know. I'm kind of worried right now with that. Like, it could be another Pikmin 4 that we're talking about here.
What if
don't do this
what if
to
they
me.
show a trailer? It's 30 seconds long, and it's just you petting waifus. Would that
petting waifu? HD Rumble.
Just a sequence of petting with different waifus for 30 seconds.
Centering Kagura to Nintendo Switch Fire Emblem Edition. Yes.
That's
no way.
Wow.
I don't need that in my life.
Change the name to Let's Go Waifu.
No.
I
need them to move that away.
Capturing that Let's Go fame.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
I need them to move away from that. Move away from that.
Let's not go.
Oh my goodness.
I'm telling you, the game would be the best-selling Fire Emblem ever.
No.
No, I don't like. Don't turn Fire Emblem into some waifu fool.
Please don't.
Like,
I think it kind of.
It is, but it's not too late to go back.
It's not too late to tone it down a little bit. Like, and don't and let me clear the air. I'm not no freaking SJW crap. I don't mind boobs, ass, tits, all that shit. Don't care. Just why does this game, which had a lot of story and it had a lot of good gameplay and all of that, why is it being reduced to trash? Such as
Fire Emblem is one of the few franchises that Nintendo has, like Kuuppon said, that has storied
it's a good
characters, great character development. All of the characters are diverse in their feelings, and they're diverse in their point of view and their morale and stuff. You can't destroy the legacy like this. You just can't do it.
They are. I think it's gonna get worse before it gets better.
The franchise and the waifus are gonna lead the way.
Here's the thing: Awakening did introduce waifu type characters, but they still had Awakening still had very well-rounded characters and characterization. You know what I'm saying? Birthright and Conquest is when they went OD and
petting system.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's when it went OD. But Awakening was still a good balance of waifu and traditional, you know.
Yeah, like you can keep the waifu stuff, but it shouldn't be the focus.
Yeah.
Is all I'm saying. Don't make it the focus. Let it be an afterthought and get rid of the
Other than that, I'm paranoid because y'all know I'm probably like one of the few people on the panel who's like
I think it's gonna go the waifus. I think it's gonna go the way.
Don't do this.
It's gonna go the way of waifus. I'm over it. Whatever.
Expect petting. Expect a lot of waifus.
No.
And expect a lot of weebs.
No.
I don't want to speak for Alex, I guess the two guys on this, but like. They're trying to please everybody. Let's just say that.
No, that's not that. No, they're trying to please a demographic. That's not everyone.
That's fine, but just don't be. That's all I'm saying. Don't be
put
weird.
It this way, Nia, because I know you're a damn hypocrite and you would love this shit. If they put Ike in this game and he was shirtless and you could rub him, you would buy this game day one.
First of all, I have a real man I could rub. Okay. First of all, let's get this straight, okay? I do like that Ike, okay? I do like, you know, the more muscular version of Ike. Yep. But I'm not a weirdo, okay?
I don't first and foremost, what you gotta really say right now, hold on. You didn't say it right. If you put L'Oreal Gannon in this thing, she will lose her freaking head.
What's gonna happen
you picked the wrong
Nia's gonna take off her little Joy-Cons, get the HD Rumble going, and start up and down, left and right, doing the wax on, wax off.
No way.
She will be on L'Oreal Gannon like a.
Now, if I could stroke L'Oreal Gannon's hair,
see, there it is. She said hair. We're gonna ignore that.
Someone can edit stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
L'Oreal Gannon has beautiful hair. Okay.
See, look what talking about waifu BS does. It degrades our freaking podcast. Let's get back on track. Let's get back on track. So, are you done with your speculations, or is there anything else you would like to add?
I think that's it. I'll comment on some of yours. I'm sure you'll talk about some stuff.
Cool. So who wants to take the floor next? I'll go last.
I'll go.
Okay.
I'm not very good at predictions, so I'll just get my generic ones out of the way.
Go ahead.
Because I'm not very good at predictions. So my predictions is that they're finally gonna show Animal Crossing Switch. I think they're gonna give us an update on Pokemon 2019 when they're talking about Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu. Like, they're not gonna go into detail, but they're just gonna remind us in so many words that it's coming in 2019. I think that they are also going to do the same thing with Metroid Prime 4. They're not gonna show anything. They're just gonna remind us, by the way, this is still in development and here's an update or something. Like, they might say a little tidbit about it, like what's it gonna be about or something like that. What else do I think they're gonna show? I think they're gonna show an iconic third-party character for Smash. I don't know who, but I think they're gonna do it because I think that they saw the reaction to Mega Man when they first showed off gameplay of Super Smash Brothers for Wii, and like that was like a big deal. You guys remember when they did the Super Smash Brothers tournament that year? It was like what, 2014.
Yeah.
And like how everybody went crazy when Mega Man did his special.
That was awesome.
Yes, I think they're gonna try to recreate that this E3 since they're really dead set on focusing specifically on Smash Brothers this year. Mm-hmm. So they're gonna focus on another iconic character this year in the same regard to kind of get people like hyped and excited. Or it could be a iconic Nintendo character. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like it's gonna be probably a third-party character.
Like very few characters that can garner that kind of like feedback
excitement
from fans, like a Mega Man would.
I don't even know who they can use. Like, who is a third-party character that they can use, like an iconic character?
The baby from Death Stranding.
Vector Man.
Vector Man? No, I don't know.
No, of course not.
90% of people wouldn't even know who that is.
They don't even know who Vector Man is. Like, come on.
I'm having a hard time thinking about it, but
Thundercats.
Like, if they found a way to put Bomberman in the game, I think a lot of people would freak out.
I think people probably would be excited about Bomberman because he is an iconic character for a lot of people.
About getting blown up every
Pac-Man, Sonic, Mario.
Yeah, because you remember when they announced
the iconic ones last time.
When they announced Pac-Man, Mega Man, Duck Hunt Dog. Who else they announced?
They got basically all the OG characters.
Yeah, like people were excited for that. So I think that Nintendo's really gonna try to recreate that again this year.
Well, they might reassure us that those characters haven't left.
True.
Yeah, they might stay because there's a lot of people worried that they might be left. They might be thrown out. So who knows?
True. What else do I think the Nintendo might show? I think contrary to what they're saying, they're gonna have other hype stuff other than Pokemon and Smash. They will. They're not gonna just.
I hope so, man.
Because when you think about it, like Nintendo's getting started. The Switch is only a year and some change old. They're not just gonna have Smash and Pokemon. They're gonna announce more games. Like, that's ridiculous to feel like they're not gonna.
Well,
do that.
It's just like when Sony's like saying they're only gonna show 4 games.
Yeah,
like,
they're not gonna just
only
show those.
show 4 games.
Yeah, they're not gonna just show those. I think it's possible that we could see Pikmin 4, even though I'm not really concerned that game exists. You know, I would love it if they did. I don't think Pikmin 4 exists personally, but I
think Miyamoto was talking about Hey Pikmin then when he did it.
Low key, yes. I low key feel like Hey Pikmin is Pikmin 4.
Why are you punching me in the chest like 3 times?
I think we get a Pikmin. Okay, skip her. I think we get a Pikmin 4. Skip her.
Skip me.
Yes, please.
Yes, right now.
We are getting we're getting a Pikmin 4. I don't want to hear that mess.
Oh my god.
I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. You breaking my heart in front of me, right in my face. Like, how dare you?
Let's see. What was I saying? I think that Star Fox Racing game is real.
I think that shit's real.
I think that Retro is also making something else outside of that, because remember they said that they were gonna be able to make two games at a time now. You think it's gonna be the Donkey Kong? Maybe. I think that Retro is working on two things.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do you believe that maybe there is a bait and switch? We still get the Star Fox racing game, but they also have an actual Star Fox by Platinum Games.
I hope so. Well. Oh my god, that would be the best possible option.
Because that's my theory. I think they're in the bait and switch with this one, and they're gonna announce on the tail end of talking about the Star Fox the racing game.
That would be
the best actually getting a Star Fox game.
That would be the best possible thing. That would be the best possible thing.
Honestly, I think if there is a Star Fox game, you probably see that next year.
Yeah, next year.
Yeah, we might not get it this year, but they'll definitely announce it.
They'll announce it, but and that's not all. You know how they do with Star Fox. Oh yeah, and that's not it, guys. We're also working on a brand new Star Fox. Everybody was like, "Oh my god!"
Is Star Fox that's not it moment-worthy game though?
I think I don't know. Because people were so disappointed by Star Fox Zero.
They were disappointed by the
we were
teased by Star Fox and Bayonetta, the real Star Fox we should have
and remember, like before Star Fox Zero was a thing, people were like, "Where is Star Fox? Where is Star Fox?" They finally announced Star Fox Zero. Everybody was excited, but the game itself was disappointing.
Just did nothing.
And that's kind of that's what let people down. It wasn't the fact that people didn't like Star Fox or didn't want Star Fox.
Like at this point,
the Star Fox we got was disappointing.
I kind of disagree a little bit.
People are just thinking that like Star Fox just doesn't exist anymore now. Now they're feeling like it's how Metroid fans were feeling like Metroid don't exist. No, that's
I don't know with like Star Fox, like I feel like there's just so many different like elements that are kind of just throwing the franchise for like a loop all the time. It's just the franchise is always like the series has always been different with each iteration they have, but it's never sold to what it seems like it should be selling. And even when a good game comes out, like it's probably controversial, I don't know, but Star Fox Adventures is probably the best Star Fox game made. Yeah, and that's not a Star Fox game. You know what I mean?
I highly disagree with you.
Star Fox Assault is the best one, not Star Fox Adventures.
Okay, I agree. I agree with you.
But in terms of like quality game,
I was just about to say too.
No, in my opinion, I loved Adventures. But yeah, as far as the best Star Fox game, Assault was. But people still hate on that because it just had anything different than what they remember from N64. If we had a legit Star Fox game, beautiful HD graphics that didn't have a crappy grass texture like in Zero and all that kind of crap, I still feel like that's not good enough for a game in 2018. They need to do something big and special with it, and I feel like either Nintendo's tired or they're lazy. They need it to be, like what you said, either all platinum, Miyamoto needs to leave and go play with his Pikmin somewhere else. Go play with Pikmin, make the best Pikmin game ever. Don't talk with F-Zero or anything else.
Exactly. Work on the Mario movie, leave games alone. But I will say this to what you just said. Here's my response to you. I feel that Star Fox Assault was before its time because at that time, even though we had been accustomed to 3D games from the N64, like they still didn't quite. It was like they didn't figure out how to do the dual stick thing. Right. I think that's what
a little weird. Yeah.
That's what really killed Assault. That's why I say Assault was a good game, but it was before its time when people had the foresight to actually use the second analog stick for the camera. So I've always felt like Star Fox would be in such a better position had they gone the Star Fox Assault route because people like space games. Like they just do. People like stuff in space. If you so if you give Star Fox and his crew space missions as well as ground missions, which is what Assault did, but you make the controls better, you make it an expansive immersive experience on the same scale as, for example, Xenoblade Chronicles X, people would be all over that.
Yeah, and I think that's just the issue with like Miyamoto and like these older guys at Nintendo that are like leading the charge for Star Fox is that I do believe what they say when they say, "Oh no, we don't have any idea for it. We don't have anything to push it forward." Like, because Star Fox has always been like what you're saying with Star Fox Assault. It's ahead of its time, right? And same with the first Star Fox with like the 3D graphics and visuals from Adventures was the best on the GameCube.
Star Fox has always been ahead of its time.
It's always been ahead of its time. So when they tried for Zero, for example, Miyamoto's thinking, "Oh yeah, motion control with the second screen that went backwards," even though he's thinking that's forwards. But everyone knew that the second gamepad wasn't going to last. Everyone knew that, so it wasn't going ahead. So it kind of dropped off. So that's what I'm thinking. Like, they need to just give it to a third party. Say, go at it. Hey, Davide Soliani, Ubisoft, you do this. Man. You know what I mean? Like, do something like that, because they need to just get it out of these old guys' hands. Give it to someone new.
I get really upset because, like, I talk about this all the time when we talk about Star Fox on this podcast. There's this game on the PS3 called Starhawk. It's a spiritual successor to Warhawk. If they would go that route with Star Fox, it would be A1. That game perfectly had air combat, and it had perfect ground combat, third-person combat.
Wasn't it kind of like tower defense, right? Wasn't that kind of what it was?
It was like a tower defense type game. Yes,
yeah, that'd be great.
It has some tower defense type elements. I'm not saying that Star Fox has to go that route, but just that concept of having these grandiose air battles and these good ground battles where you're just fighting against hordes of enemies, that would be a thing that people would want in 2019.
100% agreed. Yep.
Like that stuff. It just has to be done right.
Star Fox Battle Royale.
Can you imagine this? Like, I'll create a picture for you. We get Platinum to create the game on their own. We get the style that we saw in Bayonetta 2. That's the flying sections. You go planet to planet. Once you land on the planet, it's like Zelda. You go solve temples or whatever.
Star Fox Adventures, you mean?
But done.
Except good.
Except good.
Except good.
And then it's basically Star Fox Adventures because like an on-rail shooter game just isn't going to do well in 2018 or 2019. It's not enough content. So you land on the planets. You have temples to go through.
No Man
something
Fox.
or whatever and then you have to save Crystal again for whatever reason.
I feel like if Nintendo really wanted to go back to a Star Fox Adventure or Star Fox Assault type game, I wouldn't want them to do temples. I feel like that's Zelda's lane. Do something. There's this boss trying to get you. He's sending his army of goons to get you. You have to go to the planet and you have to fight these goons on ground. And like it's like a war, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like a Battlefront.
Combat, that'd be sweet.
That would be tight. Like they.
Then the corner of your eye, you see Slippy yelling for you to help him. You know what I mean? Like it could be amazing. You let him die. Then Star Fox.
You can actually let them die. Let them die.
And it could have like cover mechanics and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like let it be like a war. You're fighting these goons in the air.
Cool.
You're fighting them on the ground because they're trying to get you and your crew.
Much like Bayonetta, so.
Yeah, like just do it. Why not?
Like if they
you don't need another floating head Andros with its stupid palms.
Like there's so much you can do in space.
Like I don't want to fight Andros in the air again.
No, we need a new boss, not Andros. He's been so overdone. Do somebody else.
Bayonetta 2, but you play as Fox and it has a lot of flying sections in between, and then you have Bayonetta combat. I think that could be an amazing game.
I feel like it needs to be more shooting than like what Bayonetta does, though.
Oh, well, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, Fox at this point is known for combat because of Smash.
Yeah, he could have dope like if like say like if enemies get close, that's when you could use your melee.
Like, if it's Platinum doing the game, I have no problem.
But Platinum also did Vanquish, which is also shooting. So
they know how to do
more like
Vanquish is awesome.
Personally, I want it to be more like Vanquish than Bayonetta if they were to do Star.
I would just want
I could see
Bayonetta elements, but not a lot. But definitely Vanquish will work.
Because Vanquish kicks ass. So if they want to make it a third-person shooter game, much like Gears of War and Vanquish, and then have the R-Wing flying sections as well. Yeah. That'd be awesome.
And then give it like that Star Fox charm where the characters interact with one another, because that's another thing people love about Star Fox, the interaction between the characters.
I just
people
love
forget about that.
Die. I can't get enough of it.
And no matter how much Slippy gets on your nerve, let us kill him.
I love hearing
permanently.
I love hearing that rabbit remind me that he's the one that let my dad die. So I just
let me kill him too.
Have any of you
It's
guys
peppy hair to you, Alex.
Have you guys played?
I remember your father would have loved this if I didn't let him die.
Yeah,
oh my god!
Right? But you guys played Kid Icarus Uprising, right? You know how like Palutena and Kid Icarus, like there was never a conversation that was repeated. Like the conversations always seemed natural, and like they would just be talking about what's going on or talking about something completely random. You know, like I wanted to be like that with a Star Fox. Let the characters talk to each other. You're a team. You're a squadron of heroes who are on the same team, fighting for the same cause. Let's have some interaction with each other. Like Nintendo doesn't have
guys on
exactly like Atreus and
Kratos talk.
Like this is one of the few franchises that Nintendo has that the characters interact with each other. There's a story. They have their own personalities. Like they really need to incorporate that stuff in the next Star Fox.
Did they do that in Zero at all?
They did, but it was more akin to the 64, where it was kind of like static.
It was just random.
Yeah, like one-liners, very static.
Like clips and whatnot. Okay.
It wasn't as natural as, like, for example, the banter between Palutena and Pit, where like the conversation was natural. There was never a conversation that was repeated. It was like actual conversations between the characters.
And the on-rail sections in Kid Icarus Uprising were better than Star Fox recently. At least better than Zero. So
yeah, they were.
Yeah,
they were good.
The only thing that would make this idea for Star Fox better, though, is if you had a little dinosaur pet called Prince Tricky.
Because there's so much Nintendo can do with Star Fox.
Go on with the rest of your speculations for Ethan.
Like, there's so much they can do with Star Fox that they're not doing, and that's the disappointing part.
Yep, agreed.
Like, all of this stuff we just came up with in, what, like, 20 minutes? You couldn't do that in Star Fox Zero? Get out of here.
That was Miyamoto, man.
That was a rushed game, though.
Did you have any other things?
Rushed. That was a rushed game, and Miyamoto just like...
that was totally
That's pretty much it for my predictions. I do think that we're going to see gameplay of Fire Emblem. I don't think that game is going to be vaporware. I think that's a real thing, because Fire Emblem is one of those kind of games that doesn't really take a ton of time to develop. So I think we're going to see something about it at E3 this year.
Yeah, I hope so.
And Muhammad, I swear to God, if you say Star Fox Amiibo Festival again...
Oh, God.
What if Amiibo Festival is like a whole line that they want to do?
Please,
it's like
oh, man, that'd be the best troll ever if they brought another
like the
Amiibo
Sports
Festival.
Line, but it'd be Amiibo Festival, like Zelda Amiibo Mario.
No, just Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival, too. They're trying to sell out the rest of the Amiibos.
That's probably how they're going to announce Animal Crossing. They're going to show Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival, and they're going to just like pretend it's actually coming to the Switch, then all of a sudden villagers are going to come and kill everyone, and then they show the real Animal Crossing game.
Villagers going to come out with the axe? Oh my god!
Come out with the axe and kill everybody, and then they'll show the real Animal Crossing.
That was the best meme when he was
Animal Crossing.
They made him look like a murderer.
Oh yeah, people edited the Amiibo with the blood on the end.
Yeah, that's the best one. Oh my god.
So I guess you're up.
I'm done with my. I'm sorry, I went into a tangent about freaking Star Fox, but it's just.
No, that's good.
First off, I'm very ashamed at all you heathens for not mentioning Yoshi.
Yoshi.
Wait for you to do it, you know.
They gotta announce the release date
at E3 this year. We will see our boy Yoshi in that.
And it's coming out this year, I bet.
Unreal Engine 4 game's gonna look gorgeous.
My boy Yoshi.
I'm hoping they show a lot more gameplay. Maybe Poochie's in the game. I don't know. We'll see. But Yoshi.
Oh, so cute. Imagine Poochie with HDer graphics, and you can see like his fur and stuff. It's
gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
In my prediction video I made, I actually thought that the Yoshi game, like, because we haven't seen it since, I guess, last E3, I feel like they're going to make it far more 3D than we even saw, like, in the first reveal. Yeah. I feel like with Unreal Engine 4, which does 3D games really well, I feel like this is going to be, like, much different than what we saw before, because I feel like they realized a lot of people had a little bit of, you know, oh, this is essentially Woolly World just with cardboard now.
If they make it more like Yoshi's Story, I swear to goodness, I'm gonna lose it.
I'll be really happy if it's like
It'll be the first Yoshi game I buy in forever, so.
Woolly World is actually really good.
Woolly World is amazing. I love that game.
Yeah, I did want to pick it up, but yeah. If it came to Switch, I might consider buying it if they didn't release it for $60.
Yeah.
But yeah, Yoshi. I also think we're gonna see Fire Emblem. Let's Go Waifu, whatever they end up calling it. We're probably gonna see that game. Fortnite, I think, is a shoe-in. We're gonna see Fortnite. I also am one of the guys that believe we are gonna get Fortnite the same day as E3, so you can download it after the show.
What is up with everybody saying that? Why do y'all feel like
because
that?
they data mined.
It creates hype.
It's already on.
They already have it. It's already.
Oh, is they data mined on the eShop?
Yeah, like
Yep.
Yeah, it's on the eShop. It's there.
The icon's already in the eShop. It's been data mined, so that game's probably gonna launch at E3.
That'd be big news, man.
That'd be really big. If it's gonna have motion controls, doubtful. If it's gonna have Nintendo costumes on day one, also doubtful. But
I think it will have motion.
I think they'll get them later.
It'll definitely have, because the way
later.
Yeah, the way that Epic Games is doing these updates, they probably didn't already done it.
Maybe.
No,
I don't know. Like I would imagine it's just the base game for now.
Yeah.
For now, yeah.
Costumes. Maybe they'll announce Nintendo costumes coming down the road. That'd be pretty cool. I think we're gonna see a lot of third-party stuff. To be honest, that Dragon.
I didn't even mention third-party. To be honest, I don't know. You just know. Parties.
You never know. But like,
you never know with them.
Obviously, Smash is the focus. They're gonna show us whatever special characters coming out. I think that character might be Banjo-Kazooie. Maybe Phil Spencer will come out to announce it himself.
So you think that iconic character? So you agree with me that there's gonna be an iconic character they try to create like with Mega Man?
Yeah, I think it's Bomberman or Banjo, one of them, because I don't think Steve, the Minecraft guy, like he could work too, but he's not really.
He's not iconic status though.
He's not synonymous with Nintendo like Banjo is or Bomberman. So
is this Simon Belmont like iconic, or is that not really? It's just a.
Yeah,
he kind of is. It's like the other side of Vania, right? Like Metroidvania.
I would say he's iconic status. Yeah.
Simon Belmont could work too, but I think more people associate Banjo with Nintendo than they would Simon.
True.
Belmont.
That's true.
We never know. Like it could be either. What else? Maybe we'll see Mario Odyssey DLC, like true DLC.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I feel like we're getting an Odyssey 2. I feel like they're gonna try to do that.
You think they're gonna do Odyssey 2 already?
Like they did Galaxy 2 2 years after Galaxy, so.
But Mario
I don't think they'd
Odyssey
announce
is
it
such
today.
a more. Mario Odyssey is such a more. What am I trying to say? It's a more ambitious game. I feel
I think
like
the reason they had Galaxy 2 is because we didn't have access to DLC and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like they could get away with watching it as a whole new game, whereas now they can just add DLC maps, right, or worlds and costumes.
True.
Where's the fun in that?
That's true.
He said, "Where's the fun?"
Don't have to buy a second game, right?
I'm with you with the part 2.
I really would like. I mean, I would totally buy an Odyssey 2. I would buy an Odyssey 2, but they could easily do DLC, and I would still be okay with that.
Put out worlds. That game is
just
made
like
for DLC.
Yeah, like if they, like they added an extra kingdom or two, like I would be down for that.
Sunshine World or something.
Exactly.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Or if they recreated a freaking kingdom from 64 and like made it like a big expansive kingdom in Odyssey, like could you imagine like a new version of like Dire Docks or something like that? It would be crazy. Oh my god, I would love it.
So I would really love some Mario Odyssey DLC.
Waluigi playable character.
That would be the best. We're finally going to see my Waluigi Wario Grand Theft Auto game. That's coming.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Oh, dude, stealing all their coins.
It's happening, Nia. Believe it. You're gonna
you know what's a missed opportunity now that you say that? It's a really missed opportunity that they didn't put. It's a missed opportunity that they didn't put Waluigi and Wario in Payday 2. Like, why didn't they do that? That's the perfect opportunity to do that.
There's no way in hell they would ever do that.
Just to slip them in for no damn reason.
Or like to give a mask, like give us like Waluigi
or a mask. Yeah, that would have been funny.
Obviously, the stuff we'll see for sure, Mario Tennis, because that comes out like a week after.
Yeah.
We'll see Captain Toad, because that comes out in July.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about
so
that game.
Comes out, Yoshi, Fire Emblem. I think we will see that Star Fox F-Zero whatever game. That's probably real.
And I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, I think that's real.
That game sounds really cool from what we've seen. Like, there's so many articles about it to the point where it just seems like it's a real thing.
If it was another developer, I'd be a little bit more kind of cautious, but with it being retro, I'm totally
yeah,
on board
like
for that.
with them, they have a proven track record. You don't have to worry.
My only thing is, I hope that they are also working on something else too.
But you gotta remember, like the team that made the Metroid Prime games, a lot of those guys aren't at retro anymore.
I understand that, but I also want them to make something else too. Like, I don't want them to just be restricted to like one game anymore. I think that they should be making more than one game now.
Well, they worked on Mario Kart 7. They worked on Mario Kart 8. I think they worked on so many different games with Nintendo.
Yeah.
Like, so it's not just been Donkey Kong. But
they recently did the Donkey Kong port too for Switch.
Yeah, I feel like when it comes down to like Western studios, Nintendo really has to like pump out the stuff.
Why don't they get more? Why don't they buy more studios in North America or in Europe or something? I just don't understand. Well, like they should get more studios.
Like it's harder for them to control the studio if it's in North America as opposed to Japan.
Because they have retro studios and they're now big enough to make 2 games at a time. They've got Next Level, which
they're not even a first party, right? They're not owned by Nintendo.
Next Level,
they're like subbed out. Yeah.
Next Level is not. They just choose to work, but like they work with Next Level, and they're the ones who made the last Luigi's Mansion game. Yep. So like they should really like put like and invest money and resources into those teams because they understand modern sensibility in regards to the Western market. So that's one of the main reasons why I hope that if Retro Studios is working on that Star Fox Racing game, that's not all they're working on. I want them to be working on something else at the same time.
Well, apparently they had that other project that was like canceled or something.
Yeah.
Like, you guys hear about that? Like they had another one that had development issues or something.
Yeah.
Yep. What else? I said Fortnite, Smash. We'll see a couple of indie games. Like I don't really like seeing indie games at E3, but it is what it is. We'll see it. Yeah, probably indie sizzle reel.
Man, they're better than most AAA games now, anyway.
That's true.
I know, but it's just like at E3, I like.
Doesn't get the hype, yeah. I know.
Yeah, E3 is kind of like eh.
Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee for sure, because they're even having playable demo.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great, and
yay!
I don't know, a couple more. They'll probably show Splatoon 2 again. Like the
what?
DLC that's
the Octo expansion?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They're talking about mostly stuff that comes out this year.
Oh, and they have the tournament, so yeah, they're definitely going to bring it up in the thing. Yeah, you're right.
So they're probably going to show that shit too.
Yeah.
I think that's it for Nintendo first-party games, and the rest will be filled out with third parties, with like Dragon Ball, Fortnite, FIFA. I would love for Activision to come out and announce Call of Duty, but I don't know at this point. I think they came out and said they're not doing it, but they could just be trolling.
I want them to bring I want them to bring the World War II one. Like, I don't care about Black Ops 4 or the dot or whatever the hell it was. I just want to see. That'd be great. Like, if they said, "Hey, no, Black Ops 4 isn't coming," but just like what they did with the Wii days, they brought out Modern Warfare Reflex, like when Modern Warfare 2 came out. Yeah, like, man, I'd be totally down if they brought the World War II one. Because I'm not really interested in Black Ops 4, but I'd be totally interested in the World War II one. So.
According to Bad Latency, the Twitch schedule has Nintendo's Direct as 45 minutes this year.
That's pretty
long. Whoa, that's long.
Pretty long.
Yeah,
it's a lot longer than usual.
Minutes, right?
Yeah, it was. Actually, I think it was shorter than that. I think it was
like 20. I remember everyone, complaining about it. It was like not even.
Like 20 minutes. That thing went by super fast.
Yeah,
so
well,
they
this
got a
time
lot of
they have more third-party support, right? Like they're gonna show.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be like 10 minutes of Smash though, or more.
Maybe.
I got a crazy prediction though.
Yeah. Is the tournament before E3 or after E3?
Before it. It starts the first day of E3, which is gonna be on Monday, right?
Yeah. I thought that was.
I thought it was right after the presentation.
Splatoon is
no.
Splatoon ends
you're right.
at.
You're right.
Splatoon ends on the Tuesday, and Smash starts after.
Yeah, Smash Brothers is Tuesday.
The Smash is after.
So, yeah, we'll probably see 10, maybe 15 minutes of Smash if they can stretch it out. Preferably would be 10. But I want to see lots of third-party stuff because we already know what games Nintendo themselves are bringing. And we just need to see them being Fire Emblem and Yoshi, mainly.
Yeah, true.
So that's it. I think they're going to have a good show. I don't foresee them having any issues this year because they have a solid lineup of games we already know that's coming. It's just a matter of seeing them in action. And seeing what kind of third-party support they're getting throughout the second year of the Switch. So then the one more thing, the end. They're gonna do the one more thing, definitely. I think it's Animal Crossing.
Now, I really
Yeah.
want Nintendo to wow me this year because, like, I understand, you know, they're trying to fill out their release schedule with like Wii U parts, but like I've played all of these games and like it's really been nothing like meaty for me to play on the Nintendo side of things. So I really want them to show
game in 2018.
Me neither. I haven't either. And it's like I really want them to show me something that's gonna get me excited.
Mario
so hopefully
Tennis
E3. Oh yeah, so Mario Tennis is gonna be the hype.
Oh yeah,
that's
Tennis
like the first game all year that's got me excited.
So y'all ready for this? This is gonna be the Smash hit prediction. They're totally gonna announce Doom Guy for Smash.
You know what? That's possible.
That'd be so funny.
That could be the iconic guy.
They're gonna announce Doom Guy for Smash, and aside from that,
Solid Snake, so it's not impossible.
That's not impossible.
So, aside from that, everything that mostly all of you guys have been talking about, kind of along the lines of.
Oh, and we'll see Bayonetta 3.
Definitely.
Oh yeah,
I wanted to
for
bring
sure.
that up,
Definitely have that. Yeah.
Early 2019 release. I'm calling it.
Blasphemy! Get out of here.
I don't think we're seeing Metroid. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Yeah.
I think they might show a little bit.
I don't think they're gonna show.
I think they actually show gameplay or anything.
That's what I'm thinking. They're not gonna show gameplay.
I feel like that could be a one more thing.
I think they
trailer.
might talk about it, or they might show like some
concept
like,
art,
sizzle reel, or something like that.
Something like that.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. If it's just a CGI trailer or concept art, I'd rather they not show it.
I'd rather they. Yeah, me too. I'd rather they.
Well, because we already know it's coming, so it's not.
We know it's coming, so it's like don't show us anything particular. If you're not going to show anything specific, don't show it at all and save it for the time that you can show us a little bit more.
I'm just already dreading seeing people react to it and say, "Oh, why didn't you show Metroid?" And then
I know.
after E3,
but everybody
say,
knows
Nintendo sucks. They did this.
Like, way they're gonna have enough gameplay to show it.
But here's the thing with Nintendo that a lot of people forget: Nintendo can have a direct anytime they want.
Yeah.
So even if they don't show Metroid concept art or trailer or something, they can show it at the end of the year. They show it at the beginning of the year next year.
They might do an okie doke where they just have a direct specifically about Metroid.
Yeah. I mean, they pretty much do that with all of their games.
That'll probably happen closer to release.
Yeah, to the release and stuff. So it's whatever. It's not something I expect them to show, but if it's not something I wouldn't expect them to show either. It's just kind of a 50-50 thing for me as far as Metroid's concerned. Definitely need to show some Bayonetta.
But if they don't show Metroid Prime 4, I won't be disappointed. I'm just happy knowing that it's being made.
Right.
And then the fact that I know that Nintendo can drop a direct whenever they want. If they wanted to drop a direct like a month after, they would do it.
Don't they usually do that like a month and a bit after E3? Don't they usually have another?
Usually if they do, it's from what I can recall, and my memory's terrible, so y'all gotta help me. But from what I recall, when they do that, it's usually for like a specific game.
Yeah.
It's not like a compilation of games. Like what was it? 2015? Like they had a separate direct specifically for Splatoon or something like that. I don't know. It was something like that. Or maybe I'm thinking about it something
They've
else.
done that for a lot of games. They did it for Hyrule Warriors. They did it for Bayonetta 2. Like
because remember, like, right? Because remember, like Splatoon came out in like May, and it was like bare bones.
Yeah.
And then they had another one, and it was like about all of the new stuff that was coming in like August or something like that. But I don't remember if that was before E3 or after E3. I think it was after E3, if I can recall correctly. But somebody fact check that for me, just in case I have it wrong. I don't know. In the chat.
Question?
I actually have a question for you guys. You know how last year they did the Treehouse Live, and then they announced the Metroid Samus Returns? Do you think they'll do another thing like that to try to bring people in to watch the stream?
That's possible.
Most definitely.
Maybe.
Maybe not. Hopefully not a 3DS game, but maybe a new Switch game. It could be like a size of like a Sushi Striker or something.
More than likely
The
do that.
show is only Switch, so they probably will talk about 3DS at the Treehouse.
At the Treehouse.
At the
Treehouse,
yeah.
Because there's like no mention of 3DS at all for the E3.
That's true. That's true. And I'm okay with that.
For their direct. Yeah.
Yeah, and actually one more.
Who actually likes Treehouse? I'll sit up and watch Treehouse.
Oh no, I love Treehouse. Like just being able to watch it, the cringy talks and stuff that they have with people and the translators. It's fun.
I can't.
The first year that they brought Treehouse, like in 2014, like I watched Treehouse all 3 days. Like, all 3 days.
Yeah, I'd get back from like work and I'd like just watch it like right because it's like what, like 6 hours or something during the day. So you know, I get back and I'm watching it until like past midnight. I'm like, oh man, this is
but if it's like something boring, like a 3DS game or something, I'll switch off. Then I'll come back and I'm like, ooh, what are they talking about now? Like that's interesting.
3DS? Nope, I'm out.
Yeah.
I can watch Treehouse.
What's your
one thing I'm doing right now actually is I just recorded a video of like my top 10 E3 moments, and like I was just looking at my thumbnail for it, and it was like I'm kind of wondering, what do you guys think? Who's going to be presenting? Like, do you think that Shuntaro guy will be showing up?
I think it's going to be
Kimishima or Koizumi.
It's going to be Koizumi, or it's going to be Free.
Man, I want Bill
Trinan.
Trinan.
It's Koizumi, and I think they'll have Bill whatever.
Bill Trinan.
Floating around in there too.
Yeah, he'll have a little segment.
And then obviously they're gonna have what's his name, Reggie in there somewhere at some point. But hopefully he won't be presenting anything because he's getting old. His body's getting old, not ready.
I hope he gets his ass beat and Smash again.
I don't understand why they don't ever get Kit and Krista to do some of the direct stuff, since they I don't think
Krista's too great in like front of a camera. Like, she seems like she fumbles
maybe not live.
A lot, so I think maybe the Kit guy could do it, but even he seems maybe like
but
I don't think they're that big.
They did the first Treehouse, or was it Kit and
Kit was featured in it. Yeah, Kit was featured in it.
Kit and what's that girl's name? Samantha. It was her.
And they had Audrey Drake recently too, I guess.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Alex is like mad disrespectful. I thought he was a classy guy. But...
Yeah, man. I joined here thinking this classy podcast.
Oh wow.
You know, I'm kidding.
Let's go to some questions because we're in long. Yeah, we already been on for.
We're going to F-boy hours now, so let's get to these questions.
Hold on,
I don't have a job to go to in the morning, so I don't care anymore.
Oh wow.
Well, ask a read a question
summer,
if you see one.
Do you think that a sequel for Wonder 101 will be announced at E3 this year?
No, but one will come.
Well, you know, they had that little Easter egg on Twitter that time when they had our wonderful characters playing on the Switch, so it's possible that we're either getting a port of Wonderful 101 or a sequel. I think it's more likely to get a port, though, because I don't know how hot the first one sold.
It only sold 20,000 copies. I don't think a sequel.
Yeah, it didn't do so hot, so bringing it over would help it.
It would make more sense to port the original so people can actually play it this time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And isn't the creator working on Bayonetta, or is it the other director from Platinum? I forget what the creator's name is. He blocked me on Twitter, so I can't.
Kamiya?
Yeah, Kamiya. Yeah, he blocks damn everybody. This guy's savage, man. I gotta appreciate it, you know.
You said something, didn't you?
I didn't know that.
I think I just commented on someone else's thing, and then he's like, just blocked like everybody.
Maybe Kamiya did direct Wonderful 101. I don't remember.
Yeah, he was the main guy. Yeah.
So,
it was.
He is pretty savage.
So not like he's working on Scalebound, so he has time for this.
Woo!
Man, bring Scalebound to Switch. Oh man, that was the one game I was gonna get for. Fuck. That and Sunset Overdrive, but no.
I've heard that line so many times. I've heard that line so.
Top last year's.
Man, what was one thing that what is the one thing that you were waiting for from E3? Fire Emblem. Oh my god.
One thing I'm waiting for from E3 from Nintendo's side.
Xenoblade Chronicles X2.
Oh, I want to see my Yoshi game.
Yoshi.
I want from any E3. I just want to hear.
Well, if we're talking about non-Nintendo, from Sony, I really want to see that Ghost of Tsushima game.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh yeah.
I really want to see what comes of that. From Microsoft, man, I know that this is a far. Oh, Alex.
From Microsoft,
they're gonna come up.
The only thing, well, there's a couple of things from Microsoft because I don't have an Xbox anymore. But if Microsoft were to show something that would make me want to get an Xbox again, it would have to be Sunset Overdrive 2. And another Halo, but if that Halo's coming to PC, I guess it really don't matter, does it?
I mean, if Sunset Overdrive 2 comes to PC,
if Sunset Overdrive 2 comes to PC, it really won't matter. So I guess you're right. But I guess to get me back in the ecosystem of Microsoft, Sunset Overdrive 2 or some form of Halo game.
It still counts as Xbox.
Yeah,
man, Halo's dropped off, man. I don't know. Halo's just so.
Halo has dropped off, but the multiplayer is still freaking good.
Like I never played multiplayer, like the online multiplayer. I just played multiplayer story mode or campaign. But then Halo 5 didn't allow you to play local multiplayer story mode or whatever, and that just killed it. It was the worst. I just gave up and I swore it off.
But Halo 5 online was great. I used to play that a lot when I had an Xbox. I was hard body playing Halo online, and I played the original Titanfall a lot online too. So I was playing those games a lot when I had Xbox.
What?
Yeah, as for
oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, no, go ahead. I was just gonna talk about something else.
This question's interesting. I don't know if any of us would actually do this. What surprise reveal that you want Nintendo to show at E3 would have your jaw drop to the floor, screaming your lungs out, and bouncing up in your chair and falling out like Obi-Wan or something?
New Professor Layton game.
Reveal that Nintendo show at E3.
A new Phoenix Wright Professor Layton game.
Yes.
Layton.
Oh.
Not his
speaking my language.
Yeah, any one of those two, or No More Heroes actual game, not the spin-off one.
Yeah.
That one looks pretty.
See, this is a hard question for me because that moment for me was last year.
Metroid.
Yeah.
So Tiger King, I don't think that my screen will be better than last year because that was the thing that just made me go crazy. If I had to say a thing for Nintendo that would make my jaw drop, man, it would have to be probably the closest thing since I've already got my Zelda. So probably the closest thing that would make me respond that way is a real deal from the ground up Pikmin 4. That would make me go crazy. Like just how beautiful it would look being built from the ground up, and just the way that the foliage would look and stuff like that. I think I'd be pretty out of there.
Man, and Pikmin 3 was so amazing. Just to
Pikmin
have a
3
one.
was beautiful. That was a beautiful, and it wasn't even built from the ground up. It was a beautiful game.
While it won't make me scream and act all crazy, so it would make me excited if I could hear about a child too.
A what?
A Child of Light 2.
Oh, was it that good? I still have it on Wii U. I just haven't played it yet.
Yeah, it's a good game.
I would love to see another one.
I
gotta play
that
that.
would make me freak out if we saw it would be Golden Sun.
Golden Sun, that's another one. I've never played Golden Sun.
Or Crazy Taxi. Can I get some Crazy Taxi?
Crazy Taxi would make you drop. Crazy Taxi will make your jaw drop to the floor.
No, I'm just saying, can I get some old school flavor games that are actually made new? Like, I don't want the old school version of the game. I just want, can I get another Crazy Taxi? I love that game. It's fun. Wouldn't make me go flipping out of my mind crazy, but it would definitely be nice to have some Crazy Taxi or some freaking Jet Set radios and stuff.
My alleged Wario and Waluigi Grand Theft Auto game. If that was real, I think I'd probably pass out.
Oh yeah, that'd be amazing.
What was real?
If the Waluigi Wario Grand Theft Auto game was real.
That needs to be like a real thing. I think we're the only people advocating for this.
I think we're the only ones that want that though.
It's a shame.
That game
needs to happen.
Lose my mind, and then
man, I'm just picturing like kick a Toad out of his car and stuff, like steal a Toad's car and like. Oh man, that'd be amazing.
Because
this would be happening.
High on shrooms and stuff.
Yeah. It would give them
the Mushroom Kingdom and make it crazy.
And then
it would give them purpose because they're like
turning tricks in a corner.
Oh god, no,
stop.
Because like they're like the bad boys of the Mushroom Kingdom. Give them a game where they can be bad.
Yeah, let them be bad. They're bad guys.
Yeah, let them be bad.
Let them come into Peach's castle and rob that bitch.
And take stuff.
Take her Toads. Take her money. Just go. That game would
kick her out of the freaking. Have them where they ran.
Yeah, I would love
that. Would be awesome.
We got an actual like Wario Land game, not the stupid WarioWare games.
I would
like Wario Land Shake It,
do one of those, but a little more fleshed out. But the
I would love a
Wario Waluigi game. That is my dream.
It needs to happen. Like I don't understand why this is a thing.
I know. Other than that, I think that's the main one, and of course Pokemon. Yeah. If we saw the new one, and it is what I imagine in my head being like Zelda, but with Pokemon, that would be incredible.
Yeah, and for me, like my main one would have been Last of Us 2. I think either way, I'm just gonna freaking out. Like we already know it's gonna be there, and I already know I'm just gonna freak out. If they have full gameplay of it, like Last of Us is still one of the most like masterpieces I've ever played, and yeah, just Last of Us 2. I'm all in for that. So
yeah,
that'll be huge.
Outside of that stupid Kojima game, all the games Sony's gonna show that's announced, I'm very excited about.
Days Gone though, I don't know. It's so. Ugh.
I want to see
Days
some
Gone, not so much, but
gameplay.
Spider-Man, Ghost of Tsushima, and Last of Us 2. That's some exciting shit right there.
I want to see some gameplay of Ghost of Tsushima. I need to see it.
Who's developing that again? I forget. Who is that?
Sucker
Ninja?
Punch.
Oh, that isn't.
I think it's Sucker Punch, right? The people who make
Infamous.
What's the name? Infamous. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah.
That's Sucker Punch.
Yeah,
Ninja Theory did Senua's Sacrifice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did Hellblade.
Hellblade, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's Sucker Punch.
Wow, they're going into that. That's a big departure for them.
That's why
I thought they'd be the ones doing Spider-Man. I thought they would do Spider-Man.
No,
not,
Insomniac is doing Spider-Man.
Insomniac make an amazing Spider-Man game.
Insomniac is an amazing development company. Period. I love Insomniac so much, and like especially like it's gonna have some influence from freaking Sunset Overdrive. Like man, that's a cop. Definitely get in that game.
Man, I still gotta play Sunset Overdrive. I'm probably gonna borrow my brother's Xbox.
It's a really good game. It's one of the best new IPs this generation.
Period.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh, this is a fun question because we get to shit on the Wii U. 1 out of 10 during the Wii U era. How upset did Nintendo make you as a Wii U owner? 1 meaning they didn't upset you at all, and 10 meaning you were extremely upset.
I think that I got to about a 7. I wasn't at the point where I was like denouncing Nintendo, but I was at the point like if Nintendo doesn't show me anything next generation, I'm going straight to PC and PC only.
I was definitely an 8. I was getting close. Like if they didn't do it with Switch wasn't a hit, I was out of there.
I think the only thing that kept me from being over a 7 was X. That saved me. That game literally saved me and kept me in Nintendo's ecosystem. Because if it wasn't for that game,
because that was like the last game that I played for the Wii U. And
that game saved me.
I was like, well, and during that time I was supposed to play it. I think I was playing what was I playing that other game? I was playing some other game on the Xbox PlayStation 1 of them.
You were playing Sunset Overdrive, I think.
No, I wasn't playing that one. I was playing a different game. The one where you liberate all the people or some shit with the guys explosions and stuff like that. Alex had just finished it. I just forgot. Just Cause. There it goes.
Oh, okay.
It was Just Cause 3. So I was playing Just Cause 3, and that's when I was, Xenoblade Chronicles X is up. Let me go check it out. And I was only supposed to check it out. That checking out became a 3-month-long checking out session.
Xenoblade Chronicles X saved me and kept me in the ecosystem.
But yeah, so I was an 8.
Because I had just built my PC. I was experiencing the Steam life. It was amazing.
Yeah. And I was an 8 definitely because I was close to a 9.
I hate that fucking thing.
But it's not that it was I scale it on the fact of there were games that kept me around, but at the same time the droughts, the system itself was irritating. Just the people around.
I feel like
the people around it were just not helping much.
I feel like the thing with the Wii U era too is because if we're being real, a lot of the same problems is system wide that the Wii U had that I personally had a problem with is still a problem on the Switch. The difference is the Switch has a consistent game schedule and things that I actually want to play.
So I can kind of overlook that.
So that's the big thing with the Wii U.
There's just too many droughts for the Wii U, and plus the system issues. So it exacerbated the situation because it made you feel even more frustrated because of the situation. You had no game to tide you over while they supposedly were supposed to fix that stuff, but they were
exactly.
So I'm a 10. Coupon's a 7.
8,
and I was a 7.
What about you? What about you, Wizard?
For me, my opinion's definitely skewed on this because I didn't get a Wii, I think 2 years after, so I jumped in at amazing time where I had a backlog. As soon as I got the system, I think within a month I bought 10 games for it. Nice. And I had I've never experienced one of the droughts that everyone else has because I still have a backlog of Wii U games. I'm still trying to just get rid of my Wii U off my TV stand. So like I didn't experience the same way, but I'd say for me it's maybe a 5 because I still feel like Nintendo kind of. This has been my main complaint about Nintendo for the last almost decade is they seem to be just kind of phoning in a lot of their games and not really pushing for something unique and crazy apart from some with the Wii some motion controls. Like what I was saying about Pokemon, it's like you got to put all the effort into this. Star Fox Zero, they didn't put all the effort into that.
Exactly.
A few other games on Wii, like quite a few games on Wii U were the same way.
They phoned in a lot of games on the Wii.
Yeah.
Like they were good, but a lot of them were phoned in.
Yeah, but then there were the ones that weren't, like Xenoblade Chronicles X is a bigger game than Xenoblade Chronicles 2. It's more ambitious than most games out today. You know what I mean? They had games like Zombie U, which is like one of my favorite games on the Wii U. I fucking love that game so much. And Wonderful 101, and you know, it had a ton of great games. Affordable Space Adventures was a great indie game on it, which is one of my favorite games on the system. It had a lot of great experiences, but like, it's just Nintendo phoning in and not really pushing. You could tell they kind of gave up Wii U, like very quickly.
They gave up after like 2014. It was a wrap.
Yeah, like I think I got the Wii U when I could tell they were down. So
because I didn't.
Yeah, so for me, I'd still put it as a 5. So
yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Let's see, what else do we have here? That's an interesting question.
2 more questions, because I gotta get ready to go.
Nick, that's not a question.
Get some good ones.
Interesting. Okay, this one's pretty cool. Is cloud gaming the future for third parties on the Switch?
If what Capcom is doing becomes successful, then yes. I feel like if what Capcom does is successful, then you're gonna see a lot of third-party people go out of their way to do this on the Switch as well.
I say no. Like the Switch is made for portability, and I could see it working for a PS4 or an Xbox One, something that stays in a house with a Wi-Fi connection.
Yeah.
But for a thing like the Switch, nah, I don't see it.
Because it's not going to work while you're on the go.
Yeah. For me, it works because my Switch is primarily at home, but for a lot of people, it's just not viable.
Yeah, it would work for me too. I barely take my Switch out of like the house for the most part, other than the commutes to work and stuff like that. But it's I just don't see
the
it.
Core values of the Switch. And
I
don't think majority of the fan base would resonate with it to the point where it's successful.
Yeah. I don't think that Capcom's
connection. Definitely.
I don't think that Capcom's efforts is gonna be successful, to be honest.
Yeah,
I don't either.
But of course, you know, if it is successful, if people see money, you know, they're gonna do it.
Yeah,
then it's a low cost. Yeah, and if it's a low cost solution, you know, you already know what that means.
How could you say that Capcom wouldn't be successful with this? Come on, it's Capcom.
Because it's Capcom.
Capcom don't like money, so that's one.
I always say like they're one of the best game companies out there. They make amazing, but their business, their ownership is just terrible. It's like Konami levels of just disgusting.
I don't understand because Capcom is one of the few third-party developers that people actually rock with, which is wild. It's like, why don't you just do it?
A roster of IP that rival Nintendo.
Exactly. And people rock with them.
They're so shitty at everything other than making games.
It's crazy.
The only thing I'll say good about Capcom is when they launch a remaster game like Resident Evil 4 or whatever, they only charge you $20.
Yeah.
Yep. At least they're not charging you $60 for a $50 Wii U port.
Exactly.
Except for Street Fighter 2.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Oh, and then selling a collection with 11 games for, like, less after.
That's crazy. Capcom is crazy.
They definitely took advantage of the no games at Switch at the beginning.
I feel Monster Hunter is one of the few things that Capcom was right. Like, that's the only reason why I still rock with Capcom.
Well, I'm happy.
Phoenix
They're
right.
giving us a new Mega Man. I'm excited.
Yeah, they are doing that, aren't they? I forgot about that. Look, they did a thing. Oh, look at Capcom.
Okay, I guess. Kuuppon, you want to choose the last question or what?
Yeah, you can ask one more. Yeah.
Alright, what Mario enemies / characters do you wish were playable in more spin-off games?
More spin-off games?
I guess like tennis and golf and all these other ones. Mario Kart, I guess.
What more Mario? Like Mario Universe?
Enemies
and characters
to be playable in other spin-off games.
Okay.
Because you know how usually they just do the princesses and Mario and Luigi.
I can't even think of
I can only think of Paper Mario 1000-Year Door characters that I'd love to see. I want to see Rock Hawk in like a Mario Tennis game. That's what I want to see.
I can't really think because there's not that many side Mario characters that have resonance in such a way that they haven't already utilized. Obviously, I love Wario. He's like one of my favorites. So he's already like being used, you know.
I would like to see Pauline show up in some stuff.
Oh,
yes,
yeah, that'd be cool.
Thank you. I forgot about Pauline. Oh my god. Pauline.
Yeah. Pauline's a badass.
She should be in Mario Tennis. There's no reason why.
There's no reason why she should
I'm
not be.
honestly kind of shocked she's not in the game.
Me too.
Let's petition for it. Come on.
I feel like she might pop up. I feel like they've heard him.
Or she might be a DLC character later.
She could be.
Yeah, I feel like that could be. Yeah.
She better have her hat and her
pantsuits.
She has to have her mayoral.
You want her to wear a pantsuit in a tennis game?
No,
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make her look official. Like she has to be like, I am an important person. Look at my outfit. I'm banging.
But she can be in a tennis outfit. She can wear shorts, unlike the other chicks who are all out here in these dresses. She can wear some nice hot pants shorts. Yeah, hot pants.
Yeah.
Put her in some hot pants and a tank top.
Okay.
Yeah, or she wears
a vest.
Some
there you go. Hot pants, tank top with a vest. There you go.
She can have a cute little visor.
Red vest
and
some red hot pants.
I think that would be her.
Don't put her in no heels though, because she can't wear no heels while she's playing tennis.
Yeah.
Even though they
another
do.
clear win after they included him in Mario Tennis is Chain Chomp. He should be in more games.
I love Chain Chomp in Mario Tennis. He's amazing. Like I just love the way.
He is
the
most
funny.
ridiculous character ever, and the fact that he can hold a tennis racket in the first place is just the greatest thing of all time.
That's the best part. That's why I'm gonna make him.
And I'm a huge advocate of Captain Toad. I think Captain Toad's an amazing character, so I'd love to see him in more games.
That'd be cool, yeah.
He definitely sold me after Captain Toad Treasure
That game is so good and so
it is. Yeah.
It is. It really is.
I really hope a lot of people check it out on Switch because
that might be.
Not sell good enough.
Yeah, that's the game that I might get the port of after.
I'm getting it for sure. It has Mario Odyssey levels.
Oh yeah, they added new stuff too.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll buy it again, but like I'm definitely gonna watch those levels. Like that game is amazing. I love that game so much.
And it's not even they're not even making it $60. It's only $40, so that's good.
See, I like puzzle games, so Captain Toad is like right up my alley.
Puzzle game on the Switch is like match made in heaven.
Yes, I loved and it was one of those kind of games like I didn't really expect a whole lot, but it really surprised me in like the best way.
They did a good job on that one. That one was so good. They didn't phone that one in.
That was a sleeper hit for sure.
That was definitely.
I feel like if they ever decide to bring Ice Climbers back, they should do a similar thing that they did with like a puzzle style game, but like something that you would expect from Ice Climbing where you have to like climb upward or something. You know, like something they would be able to do something.
Rotating mountain that you have to climb.
Yeah, you know, like something like that. I feel like they could really.
I don't feel like Ice Climbers can have a $60 full-on game. I don't feel they.
What can you do with climbing mountains with a $60 game? It would have to be a puzzler.
It would have to be a smaller game.
Well, you can make a game like Celeste or something, like but make it $30 and co-op trying to climb the mountain.
Yeah,
it could be cool.
I guess.
Really cool is if they handle the co-op like that A Way Out game did.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah.
That game easily, like me and Kuuppon played that game. That game is the best co-op game I've ever played.
So if they did something like that with Nana and Popo, that would be pretty tight, to be honest.
So cool.
Yeah, me and my brother got to still play that game though. You guys really liked it though, A Way Out.
Yeah. Like
we already have it bought on PS4. We're just waiting to have time to play it. So
the way the co-op is handled, it's amazing. It's
they did a good job with that. Yeah, they did a good job.
Fuck the Oscars.
There you go.
Okay.
That guy.
And we out.
He's a legend now, dude. He's a freaking legend now.
Pretty much. Fuck the Oscars, and we out. Alright, so let's wrap it up because I gotta get going, unfortunately. Guys, gentlemen, lady, and myself. So we're gonna go ahead and swing on out of here, you guys. But before we go, let's do some outro. I'm going to hand it over to our guest today. Let everybody know where you're coming from, where they can catch you, and all that good stuff.
All right, well, thanks. Just wanted to say, thanks for having me on the podcast. I've been listening to you guys for a little while, and it's great to be here and finally have an excuse to get Discord. So, yeah, this again, I've only had this for 2.5 hours now, but yeah, this seems pretty cool. So, yeah, if anyone out there is listening, maybe take a look and join the Team Red Talks Nintendo Discord. It's pretty cool. Yeah. But yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Wizrad. I have a YouTube channel, No Filter Nintendo Podcast. I do reviews. I have a podcast that I try to do somewhat regularly. And I have another video coming out very soon, pre-E3, of my top 10 Nintendo E3 moments. That was like an absolute blast to make. And I'm pretty lax with my channel for the most part. It's for kind of relaxing, just kind of talking about video games and stuff like that. But this one I actually put a lot of effort into, so I'd appreciate if people want to take a look at that. And it kind of builds up the E3 hype. So again, thank you guys for having me.
No problem, man. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. Yep. Go ahead, Leah. Give us all your infos.
What is good, everybody? It's your girl, Nia, the Video Game Her. You guys can find me on all of the social media networks at the Video Game Her. So be especially YouTube. If you are not subscribed to me on YouTube, the Video Game Her, on Mixer, Twitch, Twitter, the Video Game Her. It's all the same. Thanks to Wizrad so much for coming on to the podcast. This is a guy whose channel that I watched back in the day, man. I've been watching this man's channel for a minute. He used to go by game reviews.
Yeah, I know, game reviews with 3 S's, 8 years ago or something. It's crazy.
Yes.
I had a 4-year hiatus and stuff.
Yes, yes. And then he came back and rebranded his channel as No Filter Nintendo Podcast. If you are the kind of person who loves to hear people talk about particular subjects and they go in depth and talk about the ins and outs, this man is the one that you definitely want to subscribe to. He is a great channel to follow, great person to listen to. He has great thoughts and interesting positions on topics. So make sure you guys go ahead and please subscribe to this man. He's been in it for a minute. He's a great guy. This dude is awesome. Thanks to everybody who came out to watch the podcast. You guys are so awesome. I appreciate being back with you guys. I am back from my trip now, so I should be getting back to streaming and things like that. To those of you guys who watch my channel, it's been a really awesome podcast, man. We've been going for about 2 hours and 30 minutes, which is crazy for this podcast. So I'm going to end my outro, and I'll give it to someone else, man.
Go ahead, Alex. Hit it up.
Alright, what's going on, everyone? Activesin here. This was another episode of Team Red Talks Nintendo. I think it's episode 72. I can't keep track. But,
72.
So I thank Wizrad for coming in for our E3 prediction show for Nintendo.
Thank you, man.
Make sure to check out his channel, people. He makes excellent content. And follow on Twitter. It's at Wizrad, right?
Yes,
yeah. So follow him on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter as well, at Activesin Gaming. I do talk a lot of shit, so you want to watch out for that.
But I talk a lot of shit on your... When you talk shit, I like to talk shit as well, so it's a big shit storm.
So you guys bounce off of each other. You guys are butt buddies now. That's pretty cute.
I guess so.
Whoa.
Pause.
Okay, yeah.
Make sure to join the Team Red Gaming Discord. It is always a lot of fun in there. And especially if you like to watch Real Gamer 27 get real mad. He gets real mad every day and threatens gun violence. So make sure to check that out. Other than that, we'll be back Monday. Mario Kart 8 Monday Madness is always going to happen for you all. And we will definitely be streaming some Nintendo E3 goodness next Tuesday. It's only a week away, people. And we're going to be watching Nintendo's E3 Direct and talking about Smash and seeing how many predictions we got right.
To be honest, I don't really get excited for E3 until it's actually here.
Yeah. Until it actually hits, yeah.
So it's I'm still kind of in disbelief.
I'm always in disbelief mode until a couple days before E3 that I'm like, oh yeah, E3.
And then it's oh my god, it's actually here.
Oh no, it's here. What are we?
Yeah.
I can't wait. But yeah, thanks for dropping by, people. It's been a good show.
And it is your girl, Kuuppon, or Kuuppon Stives. Wherever you find me, it will either be those Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, or Facebook. And YouTube, all that stuff. So look me up, hit me up. I'm probably gonna do some more streaming. I rage quit my stream the other day because I was having a moment.
That was funny.
So like I said, I was playing Shadow Colossus. One of the Colossi was pissing me off, so I just rage quit my stream, turned off the game, and left. Like, I didn't give a damn. So that happens sometimes, and those are pretty hilarious for people to watch, just me to rage quit the whole stream. But I'll probably be jumping back on Shadow Colossus, and you might get another rage quit. Who knows? It might be tomorrow or the next day, but got a lot of backlog games that I'm going to be doing, so I'll be...
Download Shaq Fu, because it's the best game to come out this year.
I am not about to buy that game unless I get it for free.
Man, I got that free. I'm going to play
I
that.
don't have a problem with it. I will play it. If there's anybody else willing to donate, by all means, let me know. I'll play it. But
nobody wants to tell the truth about Shaq Fu driving me crazy.
It's a great AS game.
Oh my god!
No, and
everybody is trolling on Twitter. Like I see people on Twitter talking about Shaq Fu, but nobody is telling the truth.
For $20, you can't lose. It's a must-own.
I'm just not in the drive to games that are
Shaq Fu
fairly
has some
short.
of the best dialogue and animations I've seen in a game in
It's
generations.
cheesy. It's cheesy. It is cheesy, fun dialogue. If you don't like cheese, you are not gonna like Shaq Fu.
It's worth every penny I paid for it.
Yep.
If you can handle the cheese, you will like it.
Alex,
he didn't pay money for it. Alex didn't have to pay for it. So
Alex,
I don't want to hear that.
plan on streaming Shaq Fu? Yes, sir.
He
already streamed it.
He already streamed it.
Oh my god, I'm gonna go watch it and I'm gonna
enjoy it.
I hope you do watch it. You will see a man elated with joy.
Oh my god.
But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and Shaq Fu for life, everybody. Peace.
I got my
Peace
money
out.
Bye bye.